I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's got to do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rappa with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. I'm C. I'm going to be your host and caster for this series, joined by Aggressive, and we're here for the lower bracket semifinals 2 between Noble Esports and Tryouts. Now, Aggressive, this matchup especially exciting because Tryouts, they're the teams that push Noble to the lower bracket, but they're also, they beat Noble without the inclusion of Sai. So now that Noble's in-game leader in Sai is back, do you think it will make a significant difference to Noble Esports?
It's going to be a completely different change because think of it like this. First of all, Sai, he's one of the backbones of the team. We have seen him pull off some amazing plays and coordinate his team in such a way that other IGLs cannot really do. Other than, of course, there is Amaterasu, but he's a completely different beast himself. But Sai coming down to the table right now, they're bringing down the big dogs in front of Tryouts, and they're daring Tryouts, saying that you want to try it again, you want to force us back down, and you want to take us out. Now you're going to be facing down with our main roster, the people that can work together so well and so beautifully. And Tryouts, they're gonna have their work cut out for them going up against such a juggernaut.
Definitely, and instantly looking at the agent selection screen, we're gonna see very standard picks coming through. But one key difference is that Sami back on his jet pick is gonna be Sai on that Brimstone. Well, for Noble Esports, this is the old Noble we got to see. For the side of Tryouts, we see again what we've seen from them before: Ghost on that jet and Vexy on that race. So for both teams, the almost the exact same composition, with the key difference being that Brimstone picked up for Noble Esports and that Omen picked up for Tryouts. Now, we've talked about this before, Aggressive, like how Brimstone on Bind especially can be an extremely good pick because of his ability to clear out the multiple corners that are present on Bind and ability to just use his ultimate in a very impactful manner. But for Noble Esports, what they do lack without that Omen is a flash. The Raze, the Jet, none of these agents able to bring that flash into picture. So do you think that will be a really important factor in this matchup?
The flash mainly helps when an opponent is actually standing up in the open. When you're entering down into a site, your opponent normally is going to be holding down in some of these angles that you can't really reach, and the flash allows you to take the peak hyper aggressively. But they do have that molly, they do have the pain shells, they do have the satchel packs to clear out any sort of those tight corridors, those tight angles that they would have normally done with a flash. So I wouldn't really say it's going to be the end of the world, but it's going to be a lot more difficult if Noble Esports, they're not going to be coordinated enough.
Exactly. I think that is the key because I don't think the lack of a flash, especially on Bind, because there is really no mid to try to take control of, it doesn't affect it as much. It only just makes it slightly harder to execute for Noble. So it's gonna come down to if they can find that synergy between themselves. And given the fact that now their IGL inside is back, we'll have to see if they can do that. Now, going into this matchup
God.
with 4 seconds left, both of these teams, they're crowding around A shot. Both of these teams going for that second one. It's going to be Hika finding one. Hika will get taken down because Shock Game goes. Mexi, Shock Game, all find one each and Tryouts just massacre Noble down at A shot.
I don't think that Noble was ready for an army to be sitting there. Yes, one member did go down, but at the same time, like that entire swarm, one coming in from the left, one coming in from the right. None of the members of Noble Esports were ready for it, but it's gonna be Hirsch tapping away. He's trying to find that kill, but easy. He strafes it away, and he's gonna be able to survive for just a little while longer. But that was so quick. There's nothing really to break down about that round. It was just for the fact that Noble's like, oh, what the hell just happened right here? Why are they here? Why is everyone right here? No one's taking shower control. And they got caught off guard right there. They tried to take the manpower to their advantage. They tried to go and to get those kills. Didn't really work out. But at the end of it all, a good round coming out from the side of Tryouts.
Yeah, that was more or less the coin flip for either team, I think, because it really depends on which team was able to sort of just back each other up. Because even though Hika got first blood, the fact that the rest of Tryouts there to back themselves up mean that Tryouts come out on top. And now it's going to be the buy for Tryouts. Ezzy, that moment already picking up the Phantom. That means Tryouts really investing heavily into this round. And Noble looking to punish it. Going for once again a rush down. Be short, Sai will get a kill. Wimp able to answer back. Sami with the frenzy will get another. Noble there playing these rounds extremely fast, not giving Tryouts a chance to breathe even. Now Tryouts, they will take a second, go for that rotation towards A, get that spike planted. But this is the eco round for Noble and they already have an advantage. 4v3 situation. If they can find a retake, they already have picked up a couple guns for themselves. This would be a phenomenal thrifty round for Noble.
Blocking sight.
This is going to be really dangerous for their side as well. The way that they're playing a lot of these rounds, they're playing it really close together. Yes, it really does work out if you have that advantage on your side, but it's going to be goals. He takes down 2. This is why this is such a dangerous play indeed, especially on this round. It's going to be Vexy getting 1 kill on the Sami as well, coming in from the side, leaving Hirsch in a 1v2 scenario. Hirsch does spot out 1. He's able to get that kill on the easy, and he's going to be opting to save that gun immediately, backing out. He only has 22 HP, and the spike is about to go boom. And ladies and gentlemen, that's another round on the board for the side of Tryouts, but still a really good round coming out from the side of Noble. They got multiple guns down, and they were able to get a lot of credits in their bank as well. Not the round win, but a lot of damage indeed.
Yeah, 4 kills for Noble plus a Bulldog for free, meaning that Noble certainly winning the economic battle in that round, but it Tryouts winning the round in itself and able to secure a 2-0 win. Now, the last time we saw both these teams play, the really interesting thing is that we saw them play the exact same maps as we're going to see them play today, with the key difference that Bind was a third map, and by then both of these teams were looking slightly exhausted. Now, Bind being the first map, I'm curious to see if Tryouts can find the same success they did, especially considering that last time Noble faced Tryouts, they did not have Sai. Now Noble, they went for the eco rush in the last round. Now they're just looking to play it slowly. Still going for the aggressive peek. Sami will find 2 players down as showers, backed up by his teammate inside. And I particularly like the way they're taking the point control, because on Brimstone especially, getting that orbital strike early can be absolutely humongous. Sami picking up that third. It's good to see the man back to his signature pick on Jet.
Sami fragging out of his mind. That's like one of those things that we don't really get to see as often anymore because of the recent switches he made towards that Omen. But seeing him back on this is always a treat for us. It's gonna be Sai chiming in with his own kills, but Sharkame, he comes in massive from the back end, but Sami coming in from the side, and he just gives him the 1-2 spray down to take him out. And Tryouts, they have lost that round, and Sami with the 4K gets the first round on the board for his team. And ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be forcing the entirety of Tryouts into eco round, I believe, on this round. We're gonna need to look at the scoreboard. I kind of did forget.
Yeah, so Tryouts are going to be first in Eco round, considering that they lost 4 members in their buy round and they had to invest in the third round. Tryouts in this round forced into a situation where they have to go to an eco position, and that's going to give Noble a chance to make it even once again. Now Ghost, he has his Blade Storm ready, and this Blade Storm is such an ultimate that it can switch around the status of an entire round all by itself. Misses the first 2 knives though, and now dashing in for more. Might just catch out Rexy here, who's looking for the drone, but Rexy able to cancel the drone, pull it back. Will get the first kill on Ghost. Hiccup with the grenade gets another, and Sami will get the third. Noble finds take 2. Hiccup will find a second of the round, and Noble now looking for a comfortable round for themselves to make it even on the scoreboard.
Perfect anti-eco round coming out from the side of Noble Esports. Them getting all those kills, not even losing a single member, and saving up 2 of the full shields coming out, so they don't have to go in for the revive. Wim does get spotted out. Shotguns are going to be coming in, and Sami comes in from the side to clean it all up. And an amazing anti-eco round coming out from the side of Noble Esports. They saved so much money, and Tryouts, they didn't really get anything out of that round.
Yeah, Tryouts in that eco round not able to cause any sort of damage, and Noble able to sort of decimate Tryouts in that round. We'll have to see if Tryouts can come out strong, because this is the buy round for them. Sami with 7 kills leading the charge for Noble, back on his signature pick, really just making the impact that we expect from Sami. It's really beautiful to watch that player thrive in this roster. Now Noble, this is what I find extremely different about this matchup as compared to the different. They're being extremely creative with their defense, trying to go for these aggressive peaks. But now Wimp, he's gonna predict that Shower's push and be able to find the first kill on Faker. Sai, who's waiting in that off angle, will not be able to find a kill. Instead gets tagged down, has to back up, uses the molly to set up the back for his team. But now as he towards a shot, able to take down Sai, will not spot out Rexy right here, and Rexy will end up taking him down to make it 3v4 for Noble Esports. Now Tryouts, they're gonna pick up the spike, use the control gained by Vexy and their Cypher and Shock aim towards the B side, and now go for the execute onto that B side. But with Harsh and Rexy holding it down, this looks like Noble gonna take it down.
This is just an absolute bloodbath. The setups coming out from Noble. One on elbow, one on the CT angle. It seems as though no sight is being left unturned. It's going to be Wim, though, using the Owl Drone to try and gain some information. But Harsh, he's not giving him anything. The Owl Drone does not really spot him out, but the sound has been heard. The footsteps going away. It's going to be Ghost dashing in on top of the tin box to try and take an off angle
30 seconds
against the
left.
side of Rexy. But Wim, he's going in for the plays. He's going to be able to find out Hirsch with a well-played fake defuse coming out from his side. The orbital strike has been used, forcing Ghost over his off angle, but it's gonna be Ghost with a fast transfer, getting in with that fast transfer, being able to get that flick off and taking out Ursh, and the tables have already turned, leaving Sai in a 1 versus 2 scenario into a post-man. He pulls out the stim pack to try and get some form of a flash coming out from his side, but he doesn't know from the elbow side is gonna be Ghost lurking away from his angle. He's not gonna be taking the peek just yet, but he's in the back corner, and Sai, he's still not checking elbow, and he's gonna get caught out by Ghost, getting that headshot straight onto him and just taking his dome clean off. And it seems like Tryouts, they've already found out how the defense is working, and they're breaking it down one by one.
Sai did have one smoke to his name there, and I feel like he could have smoked either the CT angle or the elbow angle, and then gone and played for that peak on the basis of that. He's almost able to pull off the 1v2 with his first kill here onto Wimp, but Ghost playing it very patiently towards that CT angle, able to take down Sai and secure that buy-round win for Tryouts. Tryouts, they take the lead, but now Sami, he's picking up that operator, and now he's going for the aggressive peak with Hika down to a shot, but no members of Tryouts there just yet. Will mean Tryouts able to safely just get away. Sami gonna reposition himself, go towards Shovers now, and there's 2 members here. Sami will find one, but will not be able to hit the shot. Instead, Ghost finding the headshot, takes down Sami and the operator, and that's a lead for Tryouts once again. I really like this approach from Tryouts. Every round, they've dropped the spike towards their CT entrance, the attacker spawn entrance, and then they go for the picks. Once they're able to find the picks and get a bit of control, once about 30-40 seconds are over in the round, then they go for the execute onto a particular site. With Ezzy getting that kill onto Hicker, they have control of lamps, and now they can choose to push into A site. You can see now the Cypher and Shakim gonna pick up that site and make his way onto A. 5v2 for Tryouts, it's gonna be an A site execute.
A really fast A-side execute is going to be coming out for their side in Tryouts. They're going to have all of the man advantages on their side. 5 versus 2 is the situation, and it seems as though Noble Esports, they're doing the smart play. They're just going to be backing off and looking out for them exit frags. But at the same time, looking at the side of Tryouts, they have all of their ultimates still available. So going into this next round, they're going to be looking extremely powerful. And I do not believe that any ultimates are available for the side of Noble Esports. I really did expect Rexy to go in for that ultimate to deny the plant at the bare minimum to do something in that side. But still, with 3 ultimates available for the side of Noble, it's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can use them to optimal efficiency. I do think that the idea for Noble was once they lost those first 2 picks towards with Sami going down and Sai going down, it just became a question of, do we think we can pull back this round? Do we just want to save our ultimates for a potential next round? Because every round is extremely important to either team's success, and Noble making the call to cut their losses this round and be like, you know what, you can have this round. We're going to save the utility and the resources we have to our demand and go for the save in the next round. Go for the win in the next round. Now, for Noble, they've lost a couple rounds back to back, and that's going to force them onto a situation where their economy is going to be looking very dire. You can see, even though they're able to afford full loadouts, the fact that another operator buy coming through will mean that not all of their players have enough money for a buy next round if they lose this round. So for Noble, it's all about making the operator work, and now Sami going for that aggressive peek down in Shovers with the operator. We'll see if he can make it work. But now Sai, he's in that 1v1 duel, 1v2 duel in the Shovers angle. Beautiful plays from Sai in terms of the macro, always going for the ult point control and using his ult point to be able to refresh the cooldown as much as possible. I really like the idea here because as Brimstone especially, the orbital strike is such an important aspect of your kit. If you're able to continuously refresh the cooldowns, maybe even get 4 or 5 ultimates on one half, that's just a phenomenal pick that Brimstone does become. Sai using his smokes to continuously get that ult pick. That's the key difference between Noble with Sai and Noble without Sai.
Sai, he is so beautiful when it comes to those macro plays, as you stated before, and taking ultra control is also really important because you're establishing map control. You are showing the dominance to the enemy team that this is our side, you cannot push in here. And I stated this before over and over again in previous matches as well, that taking point control allows you to signify where a team can actually be. It's gonna be Sai going in for the spray down. He finds one, but he gets taken out by Ghost with a wallbang headshot coming out from mid side. But Rexy, he uses the 100 speed to try and find something on the Ghost, but he's not going to be able to. Rexy finds one on the Shark Game though, and he needs to back off. Only 32 HP and a dream for his side. Sami does have the operator sitting inside of the smoke on the CT angle, and they're going to be moving forward. The spike is going to be going down for the side of Tryouts, and Rexy, he needs to try and do something immediately from this back end, but the dark cover is still going to be present. Good re-smoke coming out from the side of Tryouts to force off any sort of a push, and they're just waiting it out, seeing what they can find at the bare minimum. It's going to be Sami switching over to the Phantom and Rexy, him picking up that operator to see what he can find. But again, going in for the re-smoke. All of these smokes are coming out so beautifully. They're going to be finding everything. Vexy, he gets one from the back end, but Sami, he goes in for the spray down, being able to take out Vexy. And Rexy, he needs to try and do something as well. Vexy and Rexy, all of these words are jumbling up in my head, and Rexy tries to go in for the fake defuse to get another kill, but Tryouts with the double peak, one from hookah, one from the garden side, is able to clean it all up, and a 5-2 is the scoreline right now for the side of this matchup.
I mean, we have to remember that on Bind, the map very much a defense-favored map. So the fact that Tryouts able to now take a 3-round lead speaks volumes about this team, because they're continuously taking the duels against Noble and winning those duels. And I really feel like even though Noble able to find the macro advantages, they're not winning out on those micro duels, and that's going to end up costing them. Now Noble forced onto an eco round. They're going for a 4-man stack onto A, expecting an A push to come out. The Blade Storm is popped by Tryouts in Ghost, and he's just waiting in the shadow. Sorry, by Sami. But Sami just ends up getting taken down by Ghost to get Tryouts once again the advantage. I feel like Noble, they really need to try and find at least an even scoreline going into the second half, because otherwise defending against Tryouts becomes really hard in that second half. Now the Omen ultimate did come out for Tryouts. They're going to go for that B-side rotation, and Rexy will find Ezzy right there, finding the one tap. Rexy doing really well to retain a part of B-side control for his own team. Now with both players just waiting towards the edge, it's gonna come down to whether the plant can go down on time and whether Noble can play for the retake. The orbital strike does come out to delay the plant just for a second more, but now Sai will get spotted out. Sai will get taken out by Shock Game, and Wimp with the plant will make it 3v2 as Rexy finds one. Hush will not find one actually, and it's still 3v2. Hush will take out for the retake.
That Blake coming out from Shark Game was absolutely disgusting. Being able to take out his own clone. It's going to be Hika coming in from the sidelines. He has that show to flopper. He finds that one kill. Goes in for the spray on the back end, but he's not going to be able to clean it up just yet. And the recon bolt is going to be connecting, but not revealing him out just yet. It's going to be Hika going in for the jump down. The recon bolt is showing exactly where he is. Hika goes in for the massive plays with that Spectre, but Wimp is way too quick with that Vandal, being able to get that headshot and cleaning him up. Tryouts, 6 rounds on the board, 2-6 is the scoreline, and they're showing a very dominant fashion against Noble Esports.
Yeah, and on the attacking side, nonetheless, like Tryouts able to now make it to the 6-point score. For them, every round they get after this is just a free roll of sorts, because it sets up for them a very easy defensive half. So for Noble Esports, the last round was the eco round. They cannot afford to give up any sort of mistakes after this. They need to be able to continuously find round after round and try to pull it to 6-6, so that in their own attacking half, they have just as much freedom to make the plays that they want to, and have the cushion that they need to be able to have that protective freedom. Now Sami and Sai going for the peaks down at the long. Sami will not be able to go for the off shot. Ends up just being Ghost and Wimp each finding a kill. And that's B-side all open. Noble once again going for the aggressive peaks. Just getting caught out. Hika will find one, but Rexy will blow him right off. Rexy with another. This is another round for Tryouts.
Tryouts, this could be another round for them, but don't count Hirsch out just yet. But with that Paranoid coming out, Hirsch knew for the fact that his time was limited. Tries to go with the spray on the Ghost, and he does get taken down. And a well-executed round coming out from the side of Tryouts. The way they execute is just so beautiful. They cover every single angle, and it seems as though Noble, they don't have an answer for this B-side rush coming out from the entirety of Tryouts.
Yeah, the Noble, like the idea I think is that Noble, they keep going for aggressive peaks by themselves. Like we saw the aggressive peak from Sai and Sami in the last round, and for them it's really not working out in this time because Ghost able to continuously find the headshots is just reigning supreme on the side of Noble. Now Noble forced into a semi-buy round of sorts. You see a couple Sheriffs, a couple Spectres come out. This is the advantageous round for Tryouts and a chance to push it to 8-2. The last time we saw these teams face up against each other on Bind, it was Tryouts winning 13-4 and displaying their dominance on that map Bind, and it really does feel like not much has changed, even though Sai finding his way into the lineup, even though Noble looking considerably better in terms of the macro than they looked in the past, it's Tryouts continuously finding the edge through their systematic and consistent gameplay, and now Vexy holding it down in that off angle will take down a double, whip with another, and that's 5v2 for Tryouts.
Tryouts, tryouts, tryouts. These are the teams that are no longer the tryouts. These are the teams that are going to be sending Noble home if they keep up this pace. Tryouts, they are looking so strong. And even with Sai, it seems, this is really difficult to even work out in any way, shape, or form. They're slowly making their way up to go in for a flank to try and get some of these exit frags, but Tryouts, they're holding each other's backs constantly. It's only going to be one member being the Cypher on this back-end side. It's going to be Sharkame getting that one pick off, and Sami tries to go in for the flick, but Sharkame, he's way too quick. He gets that headshot, cleans it right back up. 8-2 is the scoreline for the side of Tryouts. And they're pulling off the biggest upsets. It seems as though Series 4, it's the story of the underdogs. First it was Powerful Boys, then came Tryouts, and now we just saw that Saint Rebellious got demolished as well coming out from their side. This is just a series of the underdogs, it seems.
I do think that for Noble Esports, like, we still can't count them out because they're a team very much capable of finding those individual moments of brilliance, but definitely Tryouts right now on the front foot and Tryouts with all the momentum. I did notice a switch coming out for Noble. Sai picking up the operator this time, not Sami. Will have to see if that does end up working out because Sai is towards the B side and all of Tryouts towards the A. They're going for that A side execute now. Harsh holding it down through the cage will go for the spam and force the rotations to come out from Tryouts. They're going to just back up, take a second to recollect, re-evaluate their positioning, and then decide which side they want to execute towards. Now, for Tryouts, the Sova in a Wimp now going with the spike for the rotation towards the Shovers. The Shovers held in control by Sharkame with the help of his camera will mean that now Tryouts can once again try to go for that A side execute, and this is perfectly timed because you see on the map Hicker, he's making his way once again back to B for that B side hold. Now with the dark covers coming out, the information for Noble is that the Tryouts are going for the A side execute. The dash will come in and Sami will find one, but Ghost able to find the return. It's 4v4 on the map, but the spike carrier is down. It's going to be up to Noble to play for retake.
Hika though comes in massive from his back end. He's able to buy two, but he goes in for the peak straight with Vexy coming in from the heaven side, and he gets caught off guard. Rexy waiting it out in the back corner. He tries to go in for the peak just a little bit too late right there. And Vexy, he had the upper hand in that fight, being able to take him out, and it's going to be leaving side with just the operator on this brimstone. He made a lot of sound on the back end, but it seems as though Vexy doesn't know where he exactly is. Didn't hear the jump down at that bare minimum. Does get caught off guard, and it's going to be leaving Sai in a 1 versus 1 situation with just an operator, and this shot, it needs to count, otherwise it's going to be all over for the side of Noble Esports, taking it to a 2-9. Sai going in for the fake defuse. He's going to be holding it out for just a little while longer, waiting to see if Ghost is going to be taking that peek. Goes in for the dash, doesn't really show up anything just yet, and Ghost, he's just playing it beautifully. He's playing all of the mind games. He's making so much noise, and having this operator in this remake series, it's gonna be so difficult, but Sai comes in massive, but at the same time, there is no time left on that spike. He gets the shot off, but Tryouts, they played that around beautifully, and Ghost using the dashes, using the upgrab to force Sai off that defuse. And if he doesn't, he's just gonna die out immediately. That was a well-played round coming out from the entirety of Tryouts. Taking it to a 9-2 on the scoreboard. Tryouts, they're being dominant in this game.
I mean, Tryouts coming out and proving that, hey, you might not have had your IGL last time, but that doesn't change how well we performed. Replicating that performance here, making it 9-2, and on the attacking side, no less, Tryouts looking extremely dominant. I have to give kudos to Sai though, because that flick was kind of nasty. And even though he's not able to pick up the round, does save the operator for himself. If Noble can find at least this last round, maybe, just maybe, they have some semblance of a comeback. And we'll see if they can do that. For now, it's going to be Ezzy taking down Hush. Sami finding the return kill on Ezzy, though, makes it 4v4. Sami did get tagged down a significant bit. And it's going to be up to him to try to find the return kill with the shot onto his team. For now, Sai caught in the middle of a couple ultimates, has nowhere to go, is tagged really low, will not be able to quick scope Rexy. Instead, Rexy able to take him down, meaning it's 3v3 for both teams, as Rexy able to find his own Hunter's Fury kill onto Wimp, and now leave Tryouts towards that B side, looking to get the plant. But with all members of Noble here, Noble can pull off this round and then hope to come back.
They're pushing it all down to do what they can, but it's gonna be Hika coming in, massive coming in from this side, getting those 3 kills off. And it's just gonna leave Ghost in a 3 versus 1 scenario. But this 3v1 is very much possible, as 2 members coming out from the side of Noble are gonna be extremely low. Ghost slowly making his way
30 seconds left.
his way up from this B main side to try and see what he can find at the bare minimum. Checking every single angle. He has all of the cloudbursts available if he wants to go in for it, but he's not opting to go in for it just yet.
Spike.
Noble, they're hoping for a triple peek, and Ghost, will he even have enough time to go in for that play? But it's gonna be Rexy with that jiggle, catching Ghost off guard and getting that headshot off. They're gonna be able to get that momentum shift in their favor, and it seems as though Noble Esports, they have found their mojo. But with 3 and 9 on the scoreboard and one more 3 and 9 on the scoreboard, they've closed out this half in a very, let's say, in a decent manner with the 3 rounds on the board. They need to bring it back when they're going to be going on this attack. Otherwise, it's going to be all over for them.
Yeah, Noble, they need to be able to find the creativity and the aggressiveness that they have in them, that the capability that they have in them to try to pull it back in the attacking half. Because Tryouts, even though they lost that last round, they're still very much in a comfortable position. They have a 6-round score lead, and now going into the defensive side, the side that is theoretically at least favored for teams in general on this map. Tryouts, they have to be feeling content with the way the first half went. Ghost with 14 kills, absolutely popping off. I'm hoping we can see a similar sort of resurgence coming in from Sami, because it is most definitely the battle of those jets now. Noble, they're going to go for a spread out playstyle with multiple members towards B, a couple members towards Showers, and then Hicker towards that A shot. The recon drone now coming out from Rexy, looking to spot out some sort of information. Hasn't found anyone just yet, and will not find the Cypher in Shock Aim, giving away the information that there's likely at least a 3-man and potentially a 4-man stack for Tryouts at B, and this should potentially get Noble to get moving and go for that A site execute, because on the basis of that recon drone information, there aren't many people in that A site. Noble doing just that now, all 5 members pushing it towards A. The recon dart has come out, and as the A site push onto Noble, they will take down Shock Aim and they will take side control.
Dark Game going down is going to be open up the floodgates for the side of Noble Esports. They played it smart, they played it slow. They were able to find those make. It's going to be Sai with that frenzy, being able to take out one, but Ezzy coming in, rushing down Sai, but Hika, he's already there to go in for the refrag, and it's going to be Hika sitting up on the lamp side. They need to clean up his own clone as well, leaving Ghost in a 1 versus 4 scenario with the spike already gone down. And he's still going to be able to get this spike defused, but at the bare minimum, he's going to get a little bit more credits to work with moving forward into this next round.
Ghost picks up 1 kill onto Hiccup, and is gets stacked by the spy cam dart immediately. They know exactly where he is, and Ghost is challenging them. You know where I am, you wanna go for it? Come get me. Ghost going for the deuce, will find a headshot onto Rexy, but will miss the rest of these shots. Meaning Rexy able to take him down and secure the pistol round for Noble. Now Noble doing really well, playing in a calm yet efficient manner, using the information to execute onto the side this round. They're able to pick it up. We have to see if they can continue doing so, because for Tryouts they have a huge cushion in terms of the round lead, and Noble cannot afford to make any mistakes whatsoever. Going into the next round, it will be the eco round for Tryouts and the buy round for Noble, so a chance for Noble to make that round lead even lesser, and then look towards that buy round to sort of get the tempo completely in their favor.
When you consider a team of Noble's caliber, they love to adapt and they love to play aggressively. And now on this attacking half, they are in their own elements, and they need to try and bring this back as much as they possibly can. And they should not be dropping a single round to Tryouts unless they reach the same scoreline or go into the double digits mark, because that is where the real pressure is going to be felt. And Noble Esports, they're a team that works well under pressure, but when you don't have that pressure on you, when you know for a fact that this is how the advantageous positions are going to be gained, you need to work that out properly. And I think Noble expects another heavy B stack, but instead it's going to be another heavy A stack coming out this time around. But Sami, he is like no damn. He goes in first and he goes in hard. He's able to find two, and it's going to be Sai coming in from the back end, trying to get one kill off on the side, but it's going to be Ghost going in with his own classic. Packs away, gets one kill on the side, but Sami, he's just mowing them down with that Spectre in hand. It's gonna be Wimp rushing on in, but Sami, he gets some eco frats, he gets some 4 kills, pads that stats a little bit, and another round on the board for the side of Noble Esports.
Noble pick up the Y round for themselves, and that's going to be really important, the anti-eco round of sorts, because of the fact that they really cannot afford to give away any extra rounds to Tryouts. And even though Ghost does really well with that right click to pick up a kill for himself, Noble only losing a couple guns won't be as affected. In fact, they actually lost only one gun because Hush, he elected to save. So the fact that only one gun going down, meaning that Noble going into the next round, able to continue with those Spectres. 3 Vandals, 2 Spectres, but for Tryouts, this is their buy round, and this is their chance to make sure that they don't give away the tempo advantage to Noble. Now Wimp with the recon bolt will spot out a couple members of Noble, both Sami and Hush tagged by that, meaning for Tryouts that information is available. Now you can see for Tryouts, they're also a very creative team in defense. We saw 4 stacks from them multiple times, this time going for a 3 stack with the Cypher to make B-side a fortress, and that fortress is holding strong. Wimp will find a double. Even though Hika finds a return, the spike carrier is dropped at Elon.
Spike has been dropped out, and Sai, being Sai and Rexy, they need to try and go pick it up, and Rexy going in with that disgusting flick, being able to take out Wim. The crosshair placement was pristine, and they're going to be able to find it all using the TP to make the rotation off immediately onto the other side. But this may just be a wraparound TP, because 45 seconds left on the clock, and they can just immediately choose to take the TP again, go back into B, then go take the B TP again, go back onto A, and then go for the spike plan. And yes, that was a mouthful, ladies and gentlemen, but that may just be the plan. But it seems as though Noble, they're creeping their way forward, that they're trying to sell out as much time as possible. They want them to split up so that they can get some form of advantage. Rexy, he's playing the time, 23 seconds left on the clock, and it's going to be an A-side push. They know for a fact that Tryouts sent only one person down onto this side, and now they're going to be executing it off immediately. It's going to be close on the back end of it all, but here with that stim pack, he's going to be able to find that headshot and leaving the Omen only easy. He needs to try and get this play off, and Sai, a beautiful ideal player, pulling out those strategies for his teammates, does find it all out, and this is how they play, ladies and gentlemen. But when Easy has aim like this, it's just gonna get even more difficult, ladies and gentlemen. Goes in for the bait diffuse, he's trying to go in for the spray, but Rexy, his crosshair placement was just way too good on that side. And Tryouts were not able to take that round away, but a good try indeed. Noble playing the big brain mind games with their strategies were able to find that pick.
Even though Wimp finds a double here, Noble using that TP to get both Sai and Rexy from A to push in through Hookah, meaning when Hika gets that first kill onto Rexy, Sai and Rexy able to follow up immediately and clear out that B-long angle, pick up the spike for themselves, and then that's where the mind games begin. Noble taking that TP and splitting up the side of Easy and Ghost, making sure that they're the ones who are dictating the tempo. They're the ones, even in the even situation, able to get the advantage. Noble picking up that round with Rexy coming up huge, meaning Noble have a significant tempo and economic advantage. Now Tryouts post onto an eco. Sami is gonna pick up the first blood onto Ghost and gonna give the advantage to his team. Now Easy, he's positioning himself into this off angle and getting ready for a push to come out by Sami potentially. Instead goes for it himself, but Sami not able to react on time. Easy finds the one tap. On the other side though, Hika finds another kill, and for Noble, this is still the man advantage and a chance to take the lead even further, but Wimp will whittle them down. Wimp will make it even Stevens on the board, and Tryouts on that eco round doing brilliantly to keep it close.
Closing down the distance as much as possible. Noble Esports, they need to drop like absolutely no rounds for the entirety of Tryouts, and on this attacking half, they're having that effect. And it seems as though Tryouts, they're not able to decode how exactly Noble are playing a lot of these rounds. They're playing at the rotations, they're playing with all that they have coming out on this map, using every single thing that they can find. Urge does spot out 2 members, doesn't spot out the third though. She could expect for the back end, but already with the 100 Fury coming out, they're not going to be able to find a single tag whatsoever. But Shark Game, he gets that reverse kill onto Hika, but no Hirsch coming in from the side is able to clean up Sharking as well, leaving Wimp in a 1v2 scenario into a post clan, but the ultimate's already present for the side of Rexy. He's just going to be waiting it out, waiting for a spike defuse, but Wimp, if he's none the wiser, he's going to be going in for a save this time around because he knows for a fact the ultimate's going to be popping out soon enough. Tries to go in before the spray onto Hirsch, but Hirsch with his own spray control is able to take out Wimp, and another run on the board for the side of Noble Esports.
Noble Esports, even though Bind generally considered a defense-sided map, Noble Esports saying that, you know what, like for us theory is not what matters. For us it's really about the identity of our team, and what the identity of Noble has always been is quick executes into just amazing mind games coming out on the basis of calls, and really that's what makes Noble so strong on this attacking side, able to continuously just play mind games with Tryouts. Ghost not able to find as many frags as he did on defense, and Noble with this 4-round win streak closing down the lead from 6 rounds to now 2 rounds. Now the last round, it was the eco round for Tryouts, and it's going to be up to them to pull off this round, because if they don't, not only do Noble continue their tempo and financial economic advantage, but also Noble able to consolidate their ultimates and able to just reign supreme in terms of staying ahead in the psychological battle, staying ahead in those mind games. Now Noble, they made a bunch of noise towards A shot, and they're going to use that noise to now rotate towards B. All 4 of members going towards B, with Rexy the lone man lurking, waiting for any aggressive push to come out from Tryouts. With none of that happening, Noble, they're just gonna suss out all areas, wait for Tryouts to make a mistake, not choosing to commit to a side just yet, and playing out that clock as much as possible. But with the clock running down with just a little over 40 seconds left, Noble have to make a decision and try to commit to a side, and I think it's gonna be A.
They're looking to go for that A execute. That's coming out as well from the side of Noble. They're going to be rushing it down real soon, but Rexy with his own recon bolts, he's going to be lining them all up. And with the ults coming in, and Noble Eka as well with his spray down. He does find one, but Wimp gets one on the side, but Sami way too quick on the refrag. Comes in instantly, and he's like, what you do to my buddy? I'm going to be taking you out as well. Vexy, his plane shell getting caught on that, caught on the top part of that map, but at the same time, this is gonna be a really difficult retake for the side of Tryouts, because trying going for that pick, it is gonna be Ghost coming in with the operator shot, being able to get that first kill. Sharking going in for the spray down, but he's not gonna be able to connect it. Sami is gonna be able to take it out, leaving poor old Ghost in a 1v3 scenario, and Hirsch, he's just playing mind games with the entirety of Ghost right now, being able to take that operator away from him and giving it to the hands of Sami. On the attack, they got that free operator, and they're just even stronger now.
I don't think they'll be picking up the operator, because Noble, they've really thrived in their playstyle where they played slow for the first 30 to 40 seconds of a round and then look for extremely fast executes. In this round, you saw the Orbital Strike and the Hunter's Fury use the Orbital Strike to clear out the lamps and the Hunter's Fury to clear out the back of the side, to be able to make sure that Noble able to take side control and Noble able to push in. As you see now, Tryouts pushed onto yet another eco round, meaning a chance for Noble with these advantageous guns to push forward for an even scoreline. From 9-3 to 9-8, Noble has shown amazing proficiency in this attacking side, and now going for that B shot push. Sai and Hika. So Hika goes down to Ghost, but Sai able to find the return, make it 4v4 on the map. Now Rexy, he has a spike and he is waiting on the look, and he's being extremely patient, and he might just be rewarded right here with as he's pushing down showers. Rexy will take him down, give the advantage to Noble Esports, and using the fact that they took down one member in A, forcing the rotation down to Tryouts, Noble can choose to go to any side they wish to, because they've got control in both.
This is the eco round for the side of Tryouts anyway, so they're trying to look for as many exit frags as possible. Noble, they are looking strong on this attacking hand, but at the same time, they're rotating back onto this B side because they want to try and take it. But 2 members are on B, while Vexy is chilling up on that A side. They have the gun advantage, so let us see what they do with it. It's going to be Wim going up against the 2 members. Here's the ability to come out from the side of Sai, but not really able to do anything about it. It's going to be Sharking with that one tap being able to take out Urge from the side, but Sami, he's going to be able to immediately come in, clean it all up, and again, the Jet comes in from the heaven side. He just sprays down and able to take out Vexy straight out of the air like the fly and just swats him with a bat and forcing him back down. 9-9 is the scoreline for the side of Noble Esports and Tryouts. Even Stevens on the board. It's gonna be a good game, I believe, because both sides are now even. So now is where the crunch time begins.
Now, while the score card is definitely even, while both teams have the same number of rounds won, Noble very much the team with the tempo advantage. So for Tryouts, they need to win this bye round because they haven't won a single round in their defensive half. And if they lose yet another bye round, it could be absolutely devastating for them. Tryouts looking to do just that with some aggressive peaks. Ghost will find one, Ghost will find another. Ghost with his third, and Ezzy with the double. Flawless bye round for Tryouts, and that's how you stop a win streak of the other team. That's how you get the tempo back for yourself.
Tryouts, that was so quick and so clean. There's not really much to break down about that round when you think about it, but still, that was a beautiful play coming out from Tryouts, and they seemingly have the momentum in their favor as of right now. The way that they're playing, the way that they're controlling a lot of their sides, they're slowly picking up every single time we see them. It seems as though Tryouts, they're getting faster, they're getting smarter, they're getting better every single round that passes, and this is what Tryouts are going to be bringing down to the table as of right now. They know the strats of Noble, and Noble, they need to try something very, very, very different because we have seen the same 4 to 3 strategies coming out every single time, and Tryouts, they know exactly what to do. They know how to adapt on the fly, and this is where it's going to be giving them a huge advantage. So I'm going to be looking at the IGLs to come in and be like, hey, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that, and how will Tryouts adapt on the fly to combat any form of a mysterious play that could come out from Noble.
Now, with that timeout coming out, I very much expect a creative push to come out for Noble. And with their positioning, it definitely looks to be just that. Multiple members now pushing in towards B long, looking for that peak. Is going to be Wimp there. He will take down the spy camera, reveal his own position, and back up into the garden, waiting for Noble to push in. Rexy on the lurk will fire off some shots, and with Hika's boombot going over there, sorry, with Vexy's boombot going over there, it's gonna be up to them. But Ghost barely misses the couple members of Noble, and he's on this flank with the operator. This could be devastating for either team because if Ghost able to prevent Noble from going anywhere, it will be humongous. Now Sai with just 16 HP left, he picks up the ult point for himself and now going for the rotate. So he's made his way into that attacker's side and will take down Hika. Ghost with these aggressive pushes with the operator, really making a huge impact for Tryouts.
Ota Wardell is gonna be coming down into the scene, it seems. He's going in for the fast peaks. He's wanted to find everything that he can, it seems, ladies and gentlemen. Ghost making his plays down slowly but surely. It is gonna be a fast peak. Shot does miss indeed, but at the very minimum, he finds some information. It's gonna be Sami going down to the hands of Ghost. So Ghost taking another one with a very fast peak. Urge goes down. Ghost on this operator is very dangerous. Vexy sitting in the corner of Shower gets catches Sai off guard when he's trying to go in for that ult point, leaving poor little Rexy on the side. And it's gonna be Ezzy going in for the jiggle, going in for the crab walks, catching Rexy off guard, not even letting him even stay down for even a second so the Vandal spray could reset. And Ghost, we gotta look at these shots again, going in for the 1, going in for the 2, and on the third on to Vexy back before it, on the third on to Hika back before in market. It was absolutely beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I mean. Tryouts, they have already decoded what Noble Esports are going to be bringing down to the table, and they are adapting on the fly. And Ghost, he's at the helm of it all. He just plays so aggressively that Noble Esports, they cannot read how he's going to be moving, how he's going to be playing, and this is the strength of Tryouts. And Ghost, again, he has that peak. He gets it on the side, and the smoker has gone down for the side of Noble Esports.
Noble just not able to answer this operator on Ghost because he's so quick and phenomenal with it. Ghost single-handedly destroying the win streak of Noble Esports and now looking to push Tryouts forward for the map 1 win. As he will find another kill, make it 5v3 for Tryouts. Now Hush, he's lurking in the shadows, and that's where Ezzy is looking. Ezzy senses something, will back up. Hush will find the kill, he'll pull out the neural tech, but Vexy there to back his teammate up will get the return kill onto Hush, and that will leave Sami in a 1v4 situation to pull off some sort of miracle. Now Sami, he needs to find a couple of frags for himself because Tryouts, not only will they get, if they're able to win this round, not only will they get match point, they'll also get a huge economic advantage. But if Sami able to find a couple kills, then he could be able to help his team in terms of the economy, potentially even save the gun. But Tryouts, they don't want to allow that. They're swarming around him. The TP has come through from Wimp, and he's going to look to catch out Sami off guard as
30
much as
seconds
possible.
left.
Sami just waiting and being patient, waiting for someone to step up so he can get a kill. But the patience echoed on the side of Tryouts, refusing to make an unnecessary move, refusing to give over any advantage, letting Sami do the same. Finds the flick onto
Oh
Ghost,
my
applies
god!
another on Maxi, and now Sami's going to go for the plant. Can he pull off
10
this
seconds
1v4?
left.
Sami very much capable of it. Now 1v2 for him, found 2 kills, he's got the spike planted, and now he's going to go towards Lamps and look to reposition himself. Has only 30 seconds, so he needs a
remaining.
headshot.
Oh my god!
Sami
Oh my god!
will not be able to find the 4th. Sami with the heroics almost pulled through the round for his team, but Tryouts playing it patiently, able to win the round, and it'll be 12-9 and match point for Tryouts.
Match point.
See, that scared the living hell out of me. And Sami living up to his name. His SS stands for Sexy Sexy Sami, and that was absolutely beautiful. The flicks that gave him his name are back, and he's showcasing it to us in this situation. Him not being able to get that round off was unfortunate, but at the same time, when you see plays like this, it just shows what these players can do when they're in these high pressure scenarios. Sami rolling out all the stuff to try and get it away, but it's gonna be Shark Game coming out on top on that engagement. And Noble, they're in the ditch right now, 9 and 12, 3 more rounds to take it into overtime, and 1 more round for Tryouts to win out this map. It's gonna be the crunch time coming out for them. And Tryouts, 1 more round. They can do it if they keep their composure, if they play it properly. It's all down to the wire. Who's gonna be coming out on the top side?
Tryouts definitely need to try to maintain their composure and pull off this round. They still have that operator on Ghost. But for Noble, I feel like with Sami's 4K coming out, they have that resurgence in the belief that they're able to pull off this comeback for themselves. From 9-3, they made their way to 9-9, and that 6-round win streak shows us the possibility that Noble very much capable of taking us to overtime. It all comes down to whether or not they're able to shut down Ghost on their operator, because Ghost time and time again with his aggressive peaks, he's the one finding the first blood. He's the one able to just shut down Noble Esports completely. Now we'll take a quick look at the scorecard, really just look at how all the members on either teams are performing, because Ghost and Sami both leading the charts for either side, meaning that it does come down to this battle of the Jets and this question of which Jet able to just lead for his team. Now Aggressive, I have a question in the sense that for Tryouts, the fact that they won 9 rounds on attack, the fact that Noble went for those aggressive peaks, do you think that is what is ending up costing them right now? Because otherwise Noble have looked extremely good on attack. In fact, in the attacking side, the scoreline is 6-3. So if Noble perhaps had picked up just 1 or 2 more rounds, the scoreline could have been completely different. It could have been Noble in the lead.
Of course, the rounds that they did lose on this defensive halves really did hurt them a lot, but at the same time, coming out on this matchup, the main thing that I don't see Noble doing is adapting. Yes, I understand you want to use the push-in strategies, but you're seeing the Tryouts, they're actually diving into you. They're forcing themselves onto you in a lot of these scenarios, maybe playing it slower, waiting it out. For example, Tryouts in a lot of their rounds, they waited it out, waited for the pick to come out at the bare minimum, and then they came in and be like, hey, all right, let's go back into the side. I think that one of the members are already out of position. They're in a forward position. We know exactly where they are. Goes in for the peaks, kills them, and then they execute down onto the side. Noble can learn from that and use that in their own strategies. Wait for your opponents to come to you, then take the peak off, then use your orbital strikes, clear a corner, clear the second corner, send Sami in with that smoke, with that dash in, get the side control, and then plant the spike. All of these need to be done in cohesion with every single one of these players, and I'm not seeing that coming out from the side of Noble after they went up to that 9, after they made it even Stevens on the board on the 9-9 scoreline. It seems as though Noble, they are not really ready for the adaptation plays that was coming out from the side of Tryouts, and it's really getting to them.
Yeah, you can see that Ghost proficiency with the operator just sort of dismantling Noble's strategies, and Noble unable to find a way to shut down the operator. So it's gonna come down to whether or not Noble can use this time that we have in this small timeout to find a way to just sort of surprise the operator. Now, one way I can think of doing the same is that you just go for a fast side rush, but this opens to the possibility that even if one mistake goes wrong, even if one ability is not they're done in coordination properly, tryouts on match point will be able to take the map completely. So while a fast site rush, a fast site execute can very much sort of just deny the operator completely, it's a very risky strategy and a strategy that needs absolutely perfect coordination. So I'm curious to see what Noble do end up trying to do. Now, what Noble have actually tried to do over this attacking half, where they've looked pretty good, but just not as good as tryouts have looked throughout the map, is that they like to spread out, they like to look for their picks, and then they like to go for the site execute with about 40 to 50 seconds left in the map. And what this does is it really opens the floor for Ghost to be able to make 9 games against Noble, and Ghost to be able to continuously reposition himself into these aggressive angles where you're not really expecting him. And Ghost, with the operator able to find kills, is the reason why he's leading the charts in terms of frags.
Ghost on that operator, he's like a beast entirely. You saw those peaks come out from him. And he's gonna be an idol when it comes to the operator plays in this tournament. Ghost, he's gone toe to toe with every single one of the members. And the closest comparison I can give to this person when it comes to the operator is actually, we know him, we love him. His name is Strix. We have seen Strix pull off one of the most amazing plays that he had with an operator, being able to get a flick shot on a flying raise, doing a 180, then hitting him. And Ghost, he's matching shots like that par to par. Just goes to show how prominent he is when he does have that operator in hand. That rifle is extremely powerful in the right hands, and it's getting shown. Like, remember what you said before, that tryouts, their jets need to step up a lot. And Ghost, him stepping up with this operator is gonna be the game changer. And ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be, there was a small technical difficulty coming out, I believe. And see, any news?
Yeah, I mean, for either team, this also takes the chance to just sort of resettle. But we're gonna investigate the technical difficulty, just try to understand what happened for either team, and be back with the action for you between Tryouts and Noble Esports really soon. We'll be back with the LG Ultra Gear. See you there.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't wanna do.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with Act as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. We're back. Sami had some technical difficulties with himself, with his setup, but now he's back in the matchup, and it's gonna be tryouts on their match point looking to push in. Just a reminder, it's Noble Esports on the attacking side, tryouts on defensive. Noble Esports doing exactly what I wanted, going for that fast execute, but this is what I mean.
Oh my god!
Rip will get one, Rip gets another tag, and now looking towards the hookup, will not be able to find the kill. The showstopper coming out to make up, find one. Rexy able to return it, but Rexy right there to find his own. Sami with one will make it 3v2 for Noble Esports, and the fast executes ends up resulting in success, but the plant's still not going down, and Noble in a difficult situation. Rexy able to find the kill. It's gonna come down to Ghost on that operator in a 1v3 situation.
Ghost in these 1v3s.
Spike planted.
This is where we're gonna be seeing this operator Prodigy work his magic. He does have the smokes available though, but Rexy way too quick on that headshot. Is gonna be able to clean out Ghost instantly. Wimp, he could have just aimed it just a little bit more. He could have taken down Sai at the bare minimum. Didn't really opt to go for it. Switches up with the Hunter's Fury to try and protect his teammate. Didn't really work out in his favor, and it seems as though Tryouts, after that small disconnect coming out from Sami Noble, they had a chance to talk about it. They knew exactly what kind of a strat they're going to be planning out. And this is where they're going to be coming strong, ladies and gentlemen. Noble Esports, they have their mojo back, and they're going to be trying to push this into an overtime.
For me, it's all about like whether or not you're able to shut down the operator, and Noble going for that fast execute onto his side, which is what I believe is the best way to shut down an operator, completely nullifies Ghost's presence in this game. Even though they get trade after trade, Noble, they're able to translate and convert those trades into site control, actually get some sort of real estate for themselves, meaning that with that real estate, they're able to hold down the site, get the round win, and now Noble, they need to do that 2 more rounds in a row to try and find for themselves a comeback in this game. Now looking at the scorecards, you see Sami with 24 kills, Ghost with 25. Both of these Jets neck to neck with each other. Is gonna come down to which Jet able to find those insane plays, those insane flicks on to each other. For now, looking at the ultimates, the Orbital Strike and the Hunter's Fury ready for Noble, those are going to be extremely important. For Tryouts, only the Neural Theft ready. So Noble, they can use those ultimates, like the Orbital Strike to force off lamps, and then get an A-side execute, and then use the Hunter's Fury in the post-plant position. Noble, they have the resources and the tools to be able to make a comeback, but we'll have to see if they can do it in this next round.
They need to be playing it and executing it together as a team. And if they're not going to be able to, this is where they're going to be falling down hard. There are no more second chances coming out for this. So They need to do it perfectly. They do have the Undersphere, as you said, and they do have the Brimstone Ultimate. They have everything in their favor to go in for these plays, and they're probably going to be able to find it as well. But Ghost, he does have his
Let's
trusty
make some
operator again
chaos.
in his hands once more. He's peeking down from the top of the car, and this is probably going to be a peek coming in from their back end. Ghost drops down immediately because of the orbital strike coming through. Hika going in for the play from the back end, but she comes in with the Vandal. One taps goes straight in the head, forcing him off this operator angle, but easy. He's holding on the shower side, trying to see if he can find any form of a push, but Noble Esports, they're going in so fast and so hard that the entirety of tryouts, they got caught off guard.
Yeah, and this is exactly why I was an advocate for that fast execute onto a particular site, because there really isn't a way for an operator to be able to find multiple picks, and the fact they're able to get the site control, get the spike planted, gives Noble a ton of advantage in this round. Rexy, he found one, but Rexy on the rotate, able to take him down and make it a 4v3 situation. Now the Hunter's Fury has come out for Rexy, trying to deny that spike diffuse. Hush will find the kill on the shot to him, and with the time going down, Hush with his triple. This is going to be 11 to 12 for Noble Esports. And going into the next round, Tryouts, they're faced with an extremely interesting decision. Do you go for the operator pickup once again, knowing that Noble, they're going for these fast executes, or do you take the risk and put Ghost on an assault rifle? Because for me, like, you really, it's all about whether or not either team can adapt, and if maybe, just maybe continuing on that operator might be the downfall. We'll have to see though, will they take the risk or will they not? So far it's 11 to 12 for Noble Esports. One more match point left for Tryouts.
Operator is really good at holding down the sides, but I think Ghost, he's playing way too aggressive with that operator. Yes, that operator may just be their downfall, but they don't even have enough money to buy it out this time around. And this forces Ghost to go onto that Bulldog and half shield. Hika knows for a fact that there are a couple of members sitting up on this side. Uses the pain shell to force off some more angles. This is going to be Sido going onto that operator, holding down the lone side to make sure that he's going to be able to find something. And from the back end, they're just waiting it out and seeing what they can find. Tryouts, they're not pushing out Noble. They're holding strong as well. It is going to be Sai using his abilities. He uses the stim pack in the back corner, and they're going to be trying to execute down into the side. As peaks are coming out, Angel comes out from the side of Hick, for the side of Vexy to try and force him off any single corner. But Sai with then Molly comes in from the side, forcing him out into the waiting hands of Hika, being able to take him out and goes. He's still holding down on the shower side, waiting to see what he can find. But Sami, he's pushing through in the smoke. The recon bolt has been used, and Sami, they know exactly where he is as of right now. They're going to be holding it down. Paranoia has been used as well. 3 members have come in for the backup for the shower side. Instantly goes taking first contact. The shots don't connect just yet, and he needs to back off immediately. But already all the information has been gained.
30
Noble
seconds
Esports,
left.
they're going for a fast rotate onto this B side, where the control of Hoka has already been established.
Stim beacon here.
A ton of noise made by Noble Esports towards the showers, and using that noise now to rotate towards B, and they're going to go towards Hooker, where there is no trap wire set up by Shock Aim. This means a free site taken over by Noble Esports.
10 seconds
and Shock Aim, the last man standing, will get revealed by the recon bolt. Now 4v5 situation for Noble. Ghost will be able to find one, but instantly gets returned by Hush. Noble still with the advantage, and Noble with the site plant. They have time in their favor. There's a delay as much as possible. Wimp, he found one kill, but Rexy immediately able to answer back, keeping the advantage for Noble. Now Hush looking for one. Instead, it'll be Sami finding one. Rexy with another. We're going to overtime, folks. I am hyped.
Asia
Switching
Wu
sides.
once again. I'm pretty sure
Overtime.
during the last set that we had something like this happening as well, where there was a 14 and 12 win for the side of Noble. This may just happen once again. It seems like the revenge story is gonna be quite sweet. And will it be Tryouts coming out on top once again, or is it gonna be Noble? Noble, they have a vengeance. They have Sai on their side this time around, pushing this down to an overtime. The comeback is real, ladies and gentlemen. And remember to support your teams. Hashtag stay Noble in the chat for Noble Esports and Tryouts. You know the rest as well. So moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be 12 and 12 into this overtime. No operators for both sides. Only a rifle duel is gonna be coming out, and both teams, they're squaring each other up. And with Sami with 25 and Ghost on 26, they're looking to close each other off.
Now, you can see that Tryouts, they're going to be moving on to the attacking side. And for them, like their key identity on the attacking side was a calm, patient play, taking slow control of specific angles, and then waiting out the first 30 to 40 seconds of a round before they execute it. Once again, they will do that. You can see already, Ghost, he's taken control of the shower's site. Easy looking down a shot, trying to look for the picks, and a couple members of Noble of Tryouts taking control of Hookah now. For Tryouts, it's all about trying to find Noble off guard and then using that advantage. For Noble, they're being extremely patient. They're waiting it out. They're acknowledging that, hey, we are in no rush. We pulled it back twice in this matchup. First from 93 to 99, then from 12 to 9 to 12 to take us to overtime. Noble, they're showing the capability to be an extremely patient team, and that patience gonna be rewarded because Hush is gonna get one. The Molly is gonna get another side of that, and Vexy able to find the return kill. And now with the TPs coming through for Noble, they're swarming Tryouts on all sides.
30
Swarming
seconds left.
them down, but Shark Game, he comes in massive on his side. He's able to find out one. It is going to be another kill from the side of Hika as Shark Game gets caught trying to place down the camera, leaving Ghost in a 1v2 scenario. But in this scenario, Ghost, he's just so beautiful. He does have the bandle in hand. One tap to the head is all that he needs. Going in for the plant is going to be at the 14-second mark. Looking for a
10
default
seconds
plant, trying to
left.
see what he can find. Ghost, he tries to go in for the fake plants from his side, but no one's really giving him anything. And Ghost, he doesn't really have enough time. And a beautiful round coming up from the side of Noble Esports. I understand what Ghost wanted to try, but against a disciplined team like Noble Esports,
Switching
that kind of play
sides.
is not going to work. They're not
Match
hungry for the
point.
kills. They're hungry for the win instead.
This discipline from Noble Esports, it wasn't as present towards the later stages of the map the last time they faced Tryouts, and I think the discipline for that, I have to give a lot of kudos to both Sai and Rexy because they are the more the more senior members of the team, the members who actually make the calls. Sai, the in-game leader, and Rexy able to sort of help him with the same, able to make sure that Noble waiting it out, Noble playing it patient. Now, Tryouts on the defense. Ghost, he's gonna pick up the operator. But what this means is he has no utility to his name. No smokes, no shields. Ghost, he has to make the operator work or it might just end up costing him. Now, Wimp, he's going for the aggressive push with the help of his backup sniper. And he's able to get the first blood onto Hush. And now Noble down a man. They have to find a way to make this work. 5v4 for Tryouts. Tryouts looking to make it even and keep us in overtime still. Noble with the match point looking to finish it off. We'll have to see who wins here. I do think aggressive that whoever ends up winning this map will get a huge morale boost for their team, and it will set the stage for map 2 because either team, they're fighting neck to neck here, and losing this map after for both teams, for Tryouts after having such a huge lead and for Noble after making such a huge comeback, will be devastating to their morale.
That is really true, and I agree with you completely on that. But it seems as though Noble, they're adopting a completely different strategy. They're trying to sell it all out for their side. It is going to be Sai going down to the hands of Ghost, straight through the
30
smoke
seconds
with a
left.
good kill shot. But still, Noble, they played it so well. They sent two players on Hookah, and they just sat there while they were selling out the A side execute. At the same time, it's going to be the rotations coming out from the entirety of Tryouts. They have all of their members remaining, but 2 members did go down from the side of Noble to sell out this fake. And this is where the crunch time begins, ladies and gentlemen, with the paranoia coming out as well, straight onto Rexy. He is gonna get caught out by the recon bull coming out from the side of Hookah. But Hookah, he comes in massive, he finds 2. He's trying to clean it all up, but at the same time, he can't really see the spike whatsoever. Does get off the spike at the very end. He did make it halfway, but Rexy, he's spraying it all down. Hika, he's the only one remaining. He's probably gonna be able to run it. Goes in for the spray. He needs to get the kill, but Ghost, he's way too quick with that. Operator just shuts down Hika before he can even do anything, ladies and gentlemen. Making it an even Stevens once again, 13-13, and they go into overtime number 2.
Oh my god, that was so close. Shock him with the steely plays coming out to be able to stick the defuse halfway through and just set his team up for the second defuse. Even though he ends up going down, the fact that he's able to get the half defuse through means that Ezzy and Ghost in that 1v2 situation, Ezzy goes for the defuse and Ghost able to back him up to once again make it even. 13-13. Props to both of these teams because they are playing it so well, neck to neck, matched up really well. Both of these teams fighting extremely hard for their tournament life on the line. Now for Noble Esports, they're going to be back on defense once again, and Tryouts on attack. And Tryouts, they need to find a way to penetrate this side to find some sort of advantage in terms of ground, and then push in. And looking to do just that with the Paranoia and Dash in combo. Ghost will look for lamps, but Sai able to hold it down, will find the kill. Shakim and Bim, so using the pressure created from Ghost to get a couple kills for themselves. Hika now towards Shavas will take down Shakim to return it. 3v3, the spike is planted. It's gonna be up to Hika, Rexy, and Sami on the retake.
My
It'll
ult
be a
is ready.
3v6, but with Wim coming in from his side, he's able to take out one. But Sami way too quick on the retake, but Vexy coming in from the CD side as well. He's able to clean up Sami. One more remaining member is gonna be Hika, but Easy comes in from the side, gets the headshot, sends his head straight up into the air, and with another
Switching
shot to the
sides.
body, is gonna be able to
Match
clean him
point.
up. And it seems as though Tryouts, they're taking the 14th round on the board and making the score a 13 and 14, moving forward into this overtime. One more round to win, and this is gonna be match point for the side of Tryouts.
This round is going to be so important because I'm curious to see how Noble approach this, because going into Tryouts, their own defense match point, Tryouts, I expect the operator to come out for Ghost, and that operator is going to be so important. Now all 5 members of Noble looking towards that B side. I think this is going to be a fast execute towards that B, and that's really fortunate for Noble because the operator on Ghost, he's peeking down towards A shot. The recon bolt has come out for Noble, and that means go, 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 and all of Noble pushing into B side. Sai will get the first kill onto him, and now Rexy holding it down from Hookah, looking for more. Sai, he's going to get the front down. Sami will find Shakim, and a beautiful fast execute from Noble will mean spike planted and a 2-man advantage. Neither of these teams willing to give up an inch. I think we're going back to 14-14 aggressive.
This may just happen, but at the same time, these members that are remaining, these are really dangerous as well. But Sami, he's way too quick with that headshot, pulls out his gun at the bare minimum, goes in real fast, and he gets those kills, forcing the entirety of Tryouts into a 2 versus 5 scenario. They're going to be in a pretty bad position. It's going to be Sami peeking away and spamming away, holding them down, but Ghost, he's way too quick with that operator. He's going to be able to find that shot, but they're running out of time. They need to go into the side, but 4 members are still remaining from the back end. It's going to be Easy being able to take out one, but coming in from the Hookah is going to be Rexy raining hell from above. He's going to be able to take them down,
Switching
and it's going to be
sides.
14 and
Overtime.
14 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be moving into overtime number 3.
28 rounds done in this map. Both of these teams are refusing to give up an inch, completely even in terms of the scoreline. We've already had 2 overtime match points, and they've both been different. Both of these teams refusing to just let go of their advantage, to let go of their map 1, and keeping it extremely close and extremely even for either. Now, for Noble Esports, they're back on their defensive side, and it's a chance to try and pull it back. They're going for the aggressive push, but they're all tagged by the Paranoia, and that Paranoia might end up being huge. Now, they get a bunch of damage down on Noble, but they have to back up because Tryouts, they're also going for a fast side execute, but Tryouts, they might just be caught out here. Vexy will get the first kill, but Tryouts still stuck towards that Hookah angle, might just be looking for the rotate right about now. Now, Noble, they're being extremely disciplined. Hush, he hasn't rotated just yet. He's waiting towards that A side for Tryouts to be pushed back, and we'll have to see if that discipline ends up being strong, because now Wimp, he's going for the TP, but this is a fake TP because all 3 members of Tryouts in that B Hookah angle just waiting and waiting for the bait to come out. But the discipline for Noble, Sai and Rexy, they're still waiting at B. The mind games from both of these teams, oh my god.
These players are just so smart when it comes to a lot of these, but Ghost, he's way too fast for the reaction time compared to Sai, it seems. He just goes right in. It's gonna be Sai going in for the name, but Ghost! You don't do that to Sami. You just took him down with a 1-tap straight through the smoke. Easy. He gets another kill on Rexy as well, coming in from the
30
side.
seconds
And
left.
Tryouts.
Spike planted.
That was absolutely incredible, and the Mad Lads get it all done. Tryouts taking it to a 15 and 14, catching Noble
Switching
Esports
sides.
completely off
Match
guard
point.
with their pristine mechanics. And ladies and gentlemen, it is gonna be going into match point once again for the side of Tryouts. But this is where it's really gonna matter. Are they gonna be able to hold this defense against a hyper explosive push coming in from the side of Noble?
I mean, that's again the really big question, right? Will Noble once again go for that hyper aggressive push, or will they just play it slow? Because we expect that operator to come through for Ghost 100%, and this is once again where the mind games flourish, because Ghost, he's expecting a B site hyper aggressive push, and he's making his way with the operator towards the same. But Sai's like, you know what? I know that you think that we're going to go towards B, so we're going to actually go towards A. The trapfire is already set up. This is going to be an extremely aggressive shovels push I expect to be coming out of Noble Esports. Now, for tryouts, this is match point. So if Ezzy and their Cypher in Shock Aim can find a couple of frags to delay this push as much as possible, it would be humongous. The Trapfire will spot them out, so will the camera, and Noble now reveal they have to go for the push. All three members of Tryouts not rotating towards B side. Noble, they need to make something happen, but Ezzy will find one, Ezzy will find two! Ezzy, look at this third will get taken down. 4v3 for Tryouts, Shock Aim with another will mean 2v4, but Rexy finds one to make it 2v3. It's just up to Sai and Rexy. Sai will find another and it's 2v2. Neck to neck are these teams. The Noble fighting for this first map, looking to pull through. They have the site control, but they can use the TP, and they're going to do just that. Going to rotate towards B, and it's going to be up to Sai and Rexy versus the double duelist in Rexy and Ghost to pull off this round. Sai will be able to get the plant off, and it's going to be a 2v2 retake situation for Tryouts.
Planted.
2v2 retake and Ghost. He does have the operator though in his hand this time around. He's gonna get tagged down just a little bit with that shock dart coming out from the side of Rexy. He's gonna be holding it out, but Ghost, he's way too quick with that operator, but the orbital strike is gonna be ready for the hands of Sai. They need to start pushing him off immediately if he has any chance of trying to get this kill. Sai gets that kill on the Ghost, leaving only 60 HP versus 60 HP. Who's gonna be coming out on top of this engagement? It's gonna be Sai coming out at Noble. They're making it even once again. We're going into overtime number 4. This match is gonna be going on forever, ladies and gentlemen, but it seems as though both teams, they have the stamina. They're gonna keep on going, ladies and gentlemen, and they're gonna be going the distance. This isn't the last map, this is the first map, and we have 2 more maps to go still, probably.
Right here.
I mean,
Right here.
I thought it was done and dusted when Ezzy got those first 2 kills down at Lamps, but Saiz has some completely different plans. With the help of Rexy, he's able to make it 2v2, and then going for that rotate, using the orbital strike. Now remember, viewers, every single round in overtime, as you can see on the scoreboard now, your ult cooldown resets to exactly half. So if the fact that Sai has his ultimate is because he's picked up the first 2 kills towards the start, and able to get the spike plant, with those 3 ultimate points, he's able to get the orbital strike online and be able to pull back yet another round, push us to yet another overtime. 15 to 15, 30 rounds done in this matchup, and now it's going to come down to creativity, and that creativity is what is being seen for Noble right now. You see a kill zone being set up towards a hookah, expecting a hookah push, but Tryouts, they're not just doing a hookah push, they acknowledge that there's likely that happening. They're taking the control of specific angles towards A, with Showers control taken, now short control taken towards the cubby. Tryouts likely going for that A site execute, and with the dark covers coming out, that's that information revealed.
Information has already been revealed, but Sai, he goes in for the spray down. He finds 2. He's rolling up for the third as well. Sai, he does it massive. The IGL pulling out all the stops that he needed to. Gets the orbitals trying to get uses it. It's gonna be
30
Ghost
seconds
going
left.
into Ghost and the Sova going into a 2 versus 1 scenario. It's gonna be win. 2 versus 5 scenario. It's gonna be from their side. It's gonna be Rexy and Sami coming in from the back end, being able to get the last 2 remaining members
Switching
off. And I think
sides.
that the stamina
Match
is
point.
waiting for the side of Tryouts. They're in such a bad scenario, and even I'm getting flabbergasted at this point. This match is going on for so long that even I'm feeling the pressure. I'm feeling what the team is feeling. They are feeling the pressure. They're feeling the fatigue, but they're fighting. They're constantly fighting. These are the troopers, ladies and gentlemen. And Tryouts and Noble. This mage is going to match overtime number 5 if Tryouts can pull this round off.
Noble, the last few times they were not the ones picking up the match point, so this is their chance to pull it back. Goes with the operator, he goes for the aggressive peek, but ends up getting caught out. All 3 smokes used by Noble. They're going for an extremely quick inside execute. Hika will pick up one, Sai will pick up another, and that's Noble with the 2-round lead. Now Noble, they need to get the spike spike planted because they've only got half the side. Harsh will do just that. Sami will find another. This
Spike
might just be
planted.
the map over for Tryouts. 5 versus 2, but Wimp has some different ideas. Will find a kill onto Hika. It's going to be up to Wimp and Shot
player
to pull it
remaining.
back, but Sami will deny it. Sami will find one. Wimp will find one.
Out of charge.
Wimp is third, has his Hunter's Fury ready. If he chooses to use it, will use the recon bolt to get some information, and will get the information with the recon bolt getting taken down. Now with the one recon bolt of Rexy, Wimp at the fourth, looking for his ace. Wimp, can you clutch through here? Will switch his weapon with the bullets running out. It's gonna be up to Wimp and Sami. And Wimp, oh my god, finds the ace. And he's gonna take us to the 33rd round of this matchup. Wimp, you absolutely insane madman. GG, well played. Oh my god.
Switching sides.
And put it up on his
Overtime.
wall. Send him something right now. Everyone, this guy is absolutely insane. These shots coming out. He took them down one by one. Systematic surgical execution coming out for the entirety of Tryouts. Wimp, he is gonna be massive. This is a huge momentum shift and a massive blow towards the side of Noble Esports. One member dismantling their entire team has to hurt when it comes to the morale at Tryouts. They're gonna be feeling the pressure. They're gonna be like, yes, if Wim can do it, we can do it as well. We are gonna be going into overtime number 4, ladies and gentlemen. There's gonna be a pause screen, but at the bare minimum, teams are recollecting themselves. But at the same time, Tryouts, they're gonna be riding it up high. And Noble Esports, they're on the receiving end of it all.
I mean, if this doesn't make you like, share, and subscribe, I don't know what will. Make sure you do that because this is just a lower bracket semi-finals. The last time we saw this sort of action was in Series 1 between Velocity and God Squad, taking us to an insane overtime matchup. And both of those teams were extremely well matched. And you can see that these teams in Noble and Tryouts, the exact same, just as well matched. Neither team refusing to lose this map. Either team making sure that they have those clutch moments. It was Sai earlier finding the clutch 4K. It's Wimp now finding the clutch ace to make it 16-16. But Noble, they're on the defensive side and they're going for the aggressive push. Sami, he finds the first kill onto Vexy. And now the recon drone coming out for Tryouts to suss out any aggressive members left for Noble. But Noble, like, you know what? We found a kill. Now we're just going to back up and rotate towards A. But what they don't expect is Tryouts, even though they lost a member at B, Tryouts, they're still going at B. And oh my god, the mind games between these teams have been phenomenal. Such evenly matched games. And now just one man, Rexy, left to defend against this 4-man push by Tryouts.
4-man push is gonna be running in soon enough with the dash hit coming out as well. They need to start making the rotations in quickly. But it seems as though Noble, they're still sitting up on the A side. And the B side has already been taken over. It's gonna be Rexy trying to go in for some of the plays. He's going in for the spray downs to try and see if he can find something at the bare minimum. But already the cavalry is gonna be here. And the push is gonna be coming out as well. It's gonna be the Shock Dart dealing a little bit of damage to the entirety of Noble Esports. With the molly coming out as well. Rexy, he takes that first kill, but goes answers back immediately onto Rexy as well. Wim tries to go in for the peak, but Sai, he's way too quick on that retake. He finds that kill up, but goes, rains out with the headshot on the side, being able to take him out. And the peaks are coming in from the hit side of Hika as well. And it's gonna be Hirsch getting the last kill on Ezzy, cleaning it all up. And Noble Esports take that defensive round off the board with fast rotation coming in straight through from the teleporter. That is all that they're gonna be needing. 17-16 is the scoreline. We're gonna be moving into the 18th round.
Switching sides. Match point.
53 rounds have been done in this game. Guys, we've almost basically finished enough. We've definitely finished enough rounds for 2 matches to be over in the 13-0 fashion. And now we're getting close to the side where 2 matches could be over in a normal fashion. 33 rounds with these teams fighting neck to neck, finding back-to-back rounds for each other. But is Noble Esports able to pick a match point for themselves once again? And we'll have to see if Noble Esports can execute on this match point and try to find a win. Ghost, he's gonna go for the operator. And yes, 37 kills to his name. Ghost has absolutely popped off. But for Noble, it's all about that team effort. And that team effort is what got them their match point in going into this round. Now, with the way Noble is positioned, it really does look like Noble is switching up his strategy, not going for a fast site execute, instead looking to spread themselves out, find a pick or two, and then commit to a particular site. Now Ghost, he's in that hookah, waiting for that peak, and he's gonna go for a peak down and reshot, and this peak could mean everything, because Ghost on the operator taken down. Glass cannon operator does not work out because Sami will get the opening kill. And now the TP is coming out from Noble. They're going for that B-side push. Hart will find another. Rexy able to return the kill onto Hika. Sai will find one onto Ezzy though. Make it 4v2
player
for Noble
standing.
Esports. 4v1 for Noble Esports is gonna be all down to Shark Game
Spike
in this
planted.
1v4 situation to pull it back. I think this is finally the end of the match, but I don't know because anything can happen and we've seen a lot of miraculous things happen.
Think that Noble Esports, they're gonna be careless at all, even if this goes into that position with the double peak coming out from Sai and
Attackers
Sami to
in.
close it all down. The match is finally over, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone to 18 and 16. The rounds just kept on going. The teams just kept on fighting, but finally, it seems as though we're gonna be in that situation where one of the teams just gave in. They just got tilted out of their minds, and it seems as though Tryouts, they wanted to finish this off at the bare minimum. Ghost taking that hyper-aggressive peak didn't really work out in his favor. As you said, the glass cannon operator didn't work out in their favor, but look at the scoreboard. Ghost with 37, Sami trailing behind just a little bit at 35. These guys were absolutely insane, and this is the first time I think we have ever seen such a dominant performance coming out from either one of these teams. 35 kills on the scoreboard. That does not happen at all when it comes to this series.
I mean, as I was saying, right, the last time we saw such an insane matchup was when we saw Velocity and Godsquad all the way back in Series 1. And the fact that it took us a couple more series to see such a close matchup proves how good either of these teams are. Now we'll quickly move into the Relive the Moment, powered by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, brought to you by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. And honestly, you can see it within us itself. So we're flabbergasted by how insane this match was. Aces all the way around, 4K clutches, either team coming up with absolutely amazing, insane, and miraculous plays to be able to keep us in this matchup. 34 rounds it took for us to declare the winner, and that winner was Noble Esports. From 9-3 down in the first half, they made a comeback to 9-9. Then they lost 3 rounds for it to go down to 12-9. Once again made a comeback to 12-12 to take us to overtime. They lost 3 match points in overtime, but time and time again, Noble Esports made that comeback, and Noble Esports showing the resilience of a top tier team, showing the resilience of potential champions to win this matchup 18-16. Hands down, Noble Esports, that was an amazing matchup. But Tryouts take nothing away from them because there's a reason that a Tryouts player was the MVP. Tryouts were absolutely phenomenal as well.
Tryouts at the very end of it all, I think it was the stamina game. Noble Esports, being a much more disciplined team, were able to hold strong. They put up to their strategy, and of course, they had the experienced player being Sai, being Rexy, holding the team together even in such hardcore scenarios. That Sami, he was able to get on the top side of that last round, being able to catch Ghost off guard with that operator shot. And when it comes to rounds like this, when it comes to the down to the wire, you should play very, very safe, because you know for a fact the reactions are not going to be quick enough. You are tired, your arm is tired, every bit of your nerve endings are tired. You should be playing a lot more defensively. The faster that you play, the more it's going to be harder for you to make proper decisions. And that is where Noble Esports came out on top. The communication coming out from the team was still pristine. They played it slow. They played it easy. Waited for the mistakes to come out from the side of Tryouts, and they just capitalized on it. And they just executed fast, quickly, making sure every single player was going to be coming in. At the bare end of it all, it was the fact that Tryouts, they got very uncoordinated at the very end of it, and Noble Esports, they just kept on being coordinated over and over again. Every single round that they played was serious, and they played it to perfection.
Yeah, that communication for Noble reigning supreme, but believe it or not, that was just map 1 of the entire series. We've got 2
God.
more maps to go, so you can expect the best from either of these teams going into the matchup. We'll have to see if Noble can continue the momentum they've got from this match in the second map. For now, though, we're gonna take a quick break, let the teams as well catch their breaths, do a couple stretches, really just relax their body and be ready for that map 2. And we'll be back with you with the action. In the meantime, make sure you check out the links in the description below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Have that notifications bell on because this is the spicy action brought to you by the Esports Club. So make sure you have those notifications bell on to get the constant registration, to get the constant updates about the streams. Now, registrations are also live for Series 5. So if you want your team to be in this stage, if you want us to be able to hype up your insane plays, make sure you have your team registered so you're able to reach there. For now, we're going to go set up for map 2 and we'll see you there with the LG Ultra Gear TEC Challenger Series 4.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's gotta do something about it. The spike is ticking, but wrap up with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. We are back for map 2 between Noble Esports and Tryouts. And honestly, after a 34-round map 1, which Noble Esports won 18-16, the bets are up in the air for map 2. And aggressive, like, as we move into the map screen, quickly talk to me about what you're expecting from map 2, because in Ascent, Ghost on the operator, like, it feels like a love story.
Ghost on that operator is going to be just so dangerous to deal with, and it's going to be happening over and over again because, ladies and gentlemen, the way that they're going to be playing a lot of these rounds, I am really worried. I'll say that much because both teams are going to be going neck and neck against each other, and we're going to be seeing one new member come in, being Blackhall, replacing Rexy this time around. So another new face, a fresh face, because I think that Rexy, after that one match, he's got to be feeling fatigued. He pulled off a lot of stops when it came to that last round, and they're going to be trying their hardest moving forward. But I have to say one thing. It's now a lot more about stamina. After such a long set, after that first map, it all comes down to which team is going to be able to hold out the longest compared to the other. And it seems as though more resilience is being shown by the side of Noble because they have the much more disciplined playstyle. But after that win, after that exhilarating, blood rushing win, they're going to be riding with that momentum. And Noble, they're going to be trying to close this out as fast as possible.
I'm sure that Rexy would have really wanted to make his way to this matchup. And unfortunately, we've learned that he had some previous commitments to make, and that's okay because they Noble Esports have a substitute in their play, and not just any substitute. It's Blackhawk, the one and only versatile player. We've seen him previously play for Global Esports. We've seen him previously play even for Noble in this matchup in earlier this series, and Blackhawk, he's proven himself time and time again, so he's a player you can definitely count on. Now for me, the one thing to keep your eye on, actually two things to keep your eye on, is one, for the side of Noble Esports, Sai, he's going to be switching from the controller role to the duelist role on that Jet. Sami going to be picking up the Omen, and I personally love this switch because it's always a treat to watch Sai on the operator, and the Jet is usually the alien that picks up the operator. For the side of Tryouts, Rexy is not going to play his signature raise, instead switching on to that Reyna, actually looking for the complete, pulling out all the stops in this second map, knowing that if they lose this map, they're out of the tournament entirely. I know this match is going to be a treat to watch, and I can't wait to get started. Just as I say that, we're going into the action, and just like that, it's going to be Noble Esports on the attack and Tryouts on the defense. Now, a key thing to remember is Bind was picked by Tryouts. Noble Esports picked Ascent. So coming into Ascent, Noble Esports should be much more comfortable, and you can see that coming out. Noble Esports not wasting any time whatsoever. They're going for the fast ace and execute. Fortunately, they cover each fight 1-1-1. All headshots, and it's Noble Esports already with a 3-man advantage.
Spike
He
planted.
just ran down into the side, got them through the smoke skills. He's gonna be able to find it all, and it's gonna be Ika going in for the spray down. He gets the last two remaining members, getting the 3 kills to his name. And that was such a fast zero coming out from the side of Noble, and Noble showing their dominance in their own map pick. Just goes to show what this team was actually hiding after that first round. It is gonna be one of those rounds, ladies and gentlemen. But Hiccup, he's gonna be buying full armor and a Vandal already on the second round. This is gonna be one of those dangerous buys that may just work out in the long run, but can hurt as well. And Sai as well, he's matching Hika. He buys that half shield, he buys that Vandal. And they're looking to close it all down against the side of Tryouts with all of these buys. So let us see what they're going to be bringing down to the table. Moving down is going to be Tryouts. Trying to take some aggressive control over the short side. Vexy trying to spot out the information that he can, but Noble, they're slowly creeping their way through mid. Trying to take mid control as fast as possible. Market control has still to be established with all of the smokes being present. So they're playing it slow, they're playing it systematically because they know for a fact that shotguns are very prominent on these eco rounds. Sitting in through the smoke, A is gonna be Wimp. It's gonna be easy, sorry. Slowly making his way forward to try and get one of the takes. Tries to go in for the shots, does not connect, and Hika, he's gonna be able to clean up easy, and it's gonna be pushing their Tryouts into a 4 versus 5 scenario.
Esports with the man advantage. I don't have to remind anybody what happens when Hika starts popping off, because Hika, he just completely explodes and takes over the map. Now Sai will find another kill, make it 5v3 for Noble Esports, and Ghost, he's left alone in this
One
boathouse
player
with
remaining.
just the classic. Hush will find one, Sai with another, and that's 2 flawless rounds back to back for Noble Esports. Noble Esports aggressively carrying forward the momentum they got from winning the first map in extremely close fashion, and now refusing to give Tryouts any sort of room to be able to adapt. They're like, on your map, you brought us very close to losing it, but we were able to take it down. Welcome to our home ground. We're going to show you how it's done.
Ghost actually going in for the naked operator, though. I didn't know if you noticed or not. This is going to be a huge pick coming out from the side of Tryouts, but this investment may just hurt the entirety of Noble, the entirety of Tryouts out if they do lose this operator early. Going for the mid pick is going to be, of course, coming in from the back end, but Sai, he goes in for the dash peek, but Vexy, he's way too quick, and that crosshair placement was so pristine as well to get that headshot straight up on the side. It's going to be Hiccup using the satchel backs to go in, but Chargame, he's just chilling out in the back of hell. He finds that kill. It's going to be Hirsch facing off against Easy, trying to find what he can at the bare minimum. Hirsch triggers the trap wire, forcing Easy to back off immediately, going into a 4 versus 3 scenario. The side control has been established at the bare minimum for the side of Noble Esports, but at the same time, the spike is going to be he's gonna need to go down real soon. It's gonna be Sami taking that first pick off, but what Easy, he gets that shot off, and he's gonna be able to take out Sami on the short angle. Hirsch trying to find the pick that he needs to, but Easy, he's way too quick with the headshot, gets the 3rd kill as well, and Tryouts on their gun round are gonna be able to win it all. 3 kills on the board for the side of Easy, and Tryouts, they take round number 1.
Thanks.
Tryouts, they refuse to back down, and in their bye round, they're able to pick up the win for themselves. And now going into the next round, it's going to be up to Noble, who will be able to afford almost full loadouts. Just one person, which is Sami. Now, he is also going to be able to afford the guns. So it's going to come down to Noble to try to push forward in this round, because now that operator, now given the fact that it has survived, Tryouts, their economy relatively stable, and it's going to be up to Noble to sort of destabilize it and make sure it's in their favor. But knowing what we know about both of these teams, the one thing we can say for certain is that the matchup certainly to be extremely close, and neither team's willing to give up any ground. Now Sai and Hika, they're going to push forward through Catwalk as a duo, looking for a pick for themselves, but Easy, just playing it slow, will set up a dark cover down in that mid entrance to A and just wait for any sort of aggressive push. Sai spams through the dark cover, but will now back up, does not want to give up the ground to Tryouts. Both of these teams know exactly how devastating it can be for their side if they make a small mistake, and how good the other team is at capitalizing with those mistakes. Now Tryouts, dark cover has come down for Easy, but with a small gap, he will be able to find Sai and take him down. But all of Noble Esports, Sai, he was just causing the havoc, he was just causing the distraction. They're going towards B, but Vexy is holding it down, and we will find a kill onto Hika. Noble, 3v5, they'll be able to take side control. They will be able to get the spike down, but Tryouts, this should be a comfortable retake for them.
30
with 5
seconds
members
left.
alive.
Spike
Vexy
planted.
just needs to play it slow. He just needs to wait it out. But every single member has already gone down into the side. And this is going to be a heavy stack here. And this is really dangerous. Well, against 5 members, you don't want to be in a stacked position. You're going to get caught off guard. And the trades are going to be coming in left, right, and center. 2 are going to be running down onto the speedway angle. It's going to be Vexy taking the first one to go for the peak. He's trying to scout it out for his team. He knows that one member is in the back of side. Goes though. He answers back onto Sami. Hirsch being able to take one on the Shark game. He gets all of the shots from left, right, and center. Hirsch takes a second. He's going to be able to find it all. But at the very end of it all, it's going to be Ezzy coming up with his own shots, being able to take out Hirsch from the side. And Tryouts, they take the round away and they have the operator back in their hand once more. 2-2 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. And Noble Esports, they're on the back foot of it all. Losing 2 rounds in a row, their economy is going down real badly.
Now, Noble, they dropped that round, and as you said, the economy is going to hurt. They're going to be forced into an eco situation. And for Tryouts, it's all about trying to find a strong showing in their defensive hub, because while Ascent, it's not like Bind where one side is particularly favored. Ascent, it very much depends on what the style of the team is. For both Noble and Tryouts, they have these proficient operators in Ghost and Psy, so it's all about being on the defensive side with the operator to be able to push through. Now Noble trying to deny the operator, pushing in aggressively onto A. Hiccup will find the one tap onto Ghost. Sharkan was able to take down Psy, so it's 4v4. And Noble, in their eco round, they went for the eco rush. They're able to get the side control. Sami finds one, but Easy able to return back on Hiccup. Meaning it's 3v3, but Easy will find another. Blackhawk able to instantly return back though. And for Noble, they picked up a couple kills and they have the guns to their name. Vexy is able to take down Blackhawk, and the action goes on so fast aggressive. Wow.
That was way too quick. I felt that all the way back here at Noble. I understand what you wanted to do at the bare minimum, but that rushdown was a bit too quick. You didn't really have the plan set out for yourself. I think that you're just throwing away that ego round, trying to do as much damage as possible, and seeing what you can find at the bare minimum. By the end of it all, eco rounds are still rounds that you can try to get some wins out of. You can go for the spike plan at the bare minimum. Not really going for any of that. They went in for the rushdown. They took the over A side, but at the same time, when you're going to be jumping down from that heaven side, multiple members are going to be coming in for those trades, and it seems as though Tryouts, they already know what kind of a strategy Noble are going to be trying to pull off into this pull onto this table. But it seems as though this is going to be one of those rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Tryouts 3-2 on the scoreboard. They are pulling out all the stops one after the next, moving forward. It's going to be Sai slowly holding down this short angle, trying to see what he can find. The Hunter's Fury has been popped by the side of Blackhawk. He does get a tag onto one. He needs to try and get this kill, but still Ghost. He does the jiggles. He does the updraft. He's going to be able to find it all. He is able to save out this operator for just a little while longer. The spy cam does spot him out, forcing Ghost off his back corner. Paranoia has been used as well, but Vexy, he gets his first kill onto her, and Vexy gets another one onto Eka. He gets all the information in the world, and the cavalry's already here. Whip coming in from the CT side. He's gonna be able to clean it all up, keep his members safe, and Ghost with that operator no scope is able to hit it right through the smoke and find outside. It seems the death is written for the side of Noble Esports this time around, 4-2 on the scoreboard. And it seems as though Tryouts, they're playing like a team more than ever.
Tryouts coming back strong and holding it down, able to win yet another buy round for themselves, forcing Noble onto an eco situation. And this is the moment for Noble to really evaluate exactly what they need to change to be able to take a round back from Tryouts, because while Noble won the first 2 rounds, they haven't won a round since. And once Tryouts able to get their guns, once Tryouts able to get their comfortable loadouts, Tryouts reigns supreme. Now the Dark Cover did come down against Ghost, but he's able to trek through anyways and find a kill onto Hiccup. Ezzy with one onto Sami means already Noble 2 members down. Tryouts, Ghost on the operator, he's unbeatable. And for Noble, he was the biggest pawn in their side earlier, and they need to find a solution to him. Ezzy will take down Sai, and that's 5
Player remaining.
5 versus 2 already for the side of Tryouts, and Nancy, he's on the top of it all. He's like, Ghost, you showed me up in the last game. I'm gonna show you up in this game. 11-3 for this moment. He's playing massive right now for the side of Tryouts, and he's single-handedly dismantling the entirety of Noble Esports. 1 kill after the next. He's getting the 4K for his side, and Tryouts, they're looking strong, and they're gonna be looking pristine. Tryouts, they do have 3 ultimates available, being the Omen, being the Cypher, being the Jet, and the Reyna. 2 ultimates not really going to be making that much of an impact, but the Neural Theft and the Omen ultimate is going to be changing everything if these ultimates are used properly. There's going to be a heavy execute coming up from the side of Noble Esports. They're going to be going for a fast push onto this B side, and the side is going to be completely empty for them. It's going to be waiting, playing for the retakes. It's going to be for that side of Tryouts. The spike is about to go down real shortly. And the post-run situation, again, they're all back into the side, and it's going to be a hard one indeed, because Hunter's Fury is not yet available, but them being telegraphed down into the side will allow the entirety of Noble Esports, the entirety of Tryouts to take very defensive positions, and then just catch them off one by one.
Now, Ezzy, he's found that kill onto Sai, which will give Tryouts the advantage. But now, all of Tryouts stacked into a particular side. Hika looking for that hunt. Showstopper will not be able to take him down. And now, Hika almost gets taken down, but the paranoia able to save him. Hika does end up going down. 2 Vexy though with the beer. And with the trades going out, it's 2v3 for the side of Noble. But the time is running out. And Tryouts, they need to force his retake. Sami lurking in the shadows, able to take one down. And Ghost going for the defuse will end up being stopped by Sami. That's a clutch round coming out for Noble Esports. And Noble Esports playing against the clock, playing with the time, able to stop the win streak of Tryouts. And in that round, able to once again facilitate their comeback and sort of re-stabilize their economy. Both of these teams, oh my god, the way each player is like really showing up in this match really speaks volumes about how good each of these teams are, and this will be a match to remember forever and ever. For now though, it's Noble Esports who won that last round. It's going to be up to Tryouts to sort of get this next round to prevent any significant damage happening to their economy. Now Ghost, he's held up by that dark cover, almost finds the kill through the dark cover nevertheless, but almost is not enough because Sai and Hika, now they found a kill each for their team. They've taken control of Catwalk, and now Noble Esports looking to execute on the side.
Enemy down.
Looking for the execute, but it's gonna be Shark Game. He has something to say about it all. He uses the tripwire. He has all the information in the world, but Sami, he comes in from the back end, but Ghost with that flick shot is able to take down one of the Urge. He does have the daggers in hand though. Ghost not really opting to go for it just yet. It's gonna be Sami going for the plays instead. He gets that headshot on the Ghost, sends him back home straight off immediately. It's gonna be leaving Whip in a 1v3 scenario, and Noble Esports, they cannot underestimate Whip in these scenarios. He tries to go in for the play. Whip gets that headshot, but Sami's already present to go in for the trade. And ladies and gentlemen, there's gonna be another round on the board for the side of Noble Esports. They're looking strong, and they're standing down hard on the side. Rounds are gonna be going down off of the board immediately.
Yeah, Noble able to pick up yet another round, and this is going to become really expensive for Tryouts because now, even though they're able to pick up the operator once again, 3 operator losses in a row will mean 15,000 credits gone down the drain, and that is really what will end up costing Tryouts. Now, the score is extremely close to either teams, but it's Tryouts with all ultimates ready for themselves, and I'm looking to Tryouts to use their ultimates to clutch out, finish off this round for themselves. Now, Noble, they looked for control over particular angles on A and B, but now they're looking for that B side push, having taken mid control. Sai pushing in slowly through mid market will take down a trap fire, and now will look for the Shark Game. Now Shark Game will be able to take down Hiccup, but Sai able to find the return, makes it 4v4, and Noble able to use that pressure to push into side. Sami will take down Wimp, and that's 4v3 for Noble Esports. Just beautiful, clean executes coming out from Noble to continuously get side control, getting away from the operator and establishing their post-plant positions. Noble playing it extremely smart.
Noble playing it so well and so quickly as well. They're systematically taking down Tryouts in the places where they know they are the weakest. That being the mid and that being the B side. They've seen that they love to go out from the back of side. They don't like to stay inside of the side to take control. And that is what they're abusing the most out of these rounds. It's going to be Vexy though chiming in from his side. He's going to be able to take one on the Sami with Blackhawk. He's sitting off inside of the smoke. Big different area. It's going to be hers though. Spotted out. Vexy and Blackhawk as well coming in from the back end. He's able to find one. Uses the 100's Fury. He's gonna be able to find the tag. He has the second 100 Fury available as well in a 1v1 situation. It's gonna be Blackhawk going up against Easy, and Blackhawk clutches it out, taking it to a 5-5 for the side of Noble. I think that Blackhawk was doing the chant to God, be like, God, please, please let me be safe in this corner. And he's gonna be able to get out of that situation. And a well-played round coming out from the side of Noble and Blackhawk as well to get that gun safe for his team. Get that little bit of extra credits in the bank to make it hurt a little bit more, rubbing a bit of salt on the wounds of Tryouts. Taking it to a 5-5 scoreline. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be even Stevens on the board moving forward into this next round. Who's going to be taking it all away is the real question.
Now, Noble Esports able to make it even and force Tryouts into a situation where they can no longer pick up the operator. Noble, they know this, and that's why they're looking for that mid control, not looking for the fast executes anymore, understanding the operator no longer in their advantage. Now, Hika, with the help of Sai pushing in aggressively through Catwalk, will find Izzy, and now Hika moving in with the last packs will end up getting taken down by a flick by Shakim. Sai going for the reloads, will get caught out by Shakim as well, and that's 3v3 on the map. Noble, they're caught out and they're moving for side A, but they don't have side control just yet. Hush will take down Shark Aim, set up his camera and look to go for this spike plant. Hush, he needs to do this just about now, but with his teammates coming down, this should make it comfortable for him to do it. Rim takes him down though, and Vexy with another spike is down. It's up to Sami for a 1v2.
Sami, he's that one of those players that you want in this 1v2 scenario. Sami gets that first kill. He knows exactly where Vexy is. He's gonna be sitting on this guarded angle, but Vexy, he's playing it smart. He's going in for the back end, and Sami, he's gonna get caught off guard. The split's not gonna be fast enough, and Vexy, he's quick, he's smart, and he outsmarts Sami immediately, being able to get that kill. Making the rotation straight to the guard, straight to the window, and getting that clean kill off. And Tryouts, they're trading blow for blow with the entirety of Noble Esports. And this game could just go to another 18 and 16 CA.
I mean, very well could. Both of these teams extremely well matched up against each other, refusing to just sort of make any mistakes that will force the other team into a bad situation. And now, with Tryouts winning that round, they have sort of secured a tiny advantage in terms of weapons. For Noble Esports, it's a forced buy of sorts, and it's up to them to use their ultimates to their advantage. Now, Sami, he's pulled out that... Sorry, Sai, he's pulled out that ultimate for himself, the Blade Storm, to try and get something done, and we'll have to see if his team can give him the backup necessary to be able to pull off this A-side execute. But you can see Tryouts, they're expecting this A-side push. They've 3-man stacked A with the Cypher utility coming through, and this might just be a massacre of Noble Esports. Very interesting positions coming out for Tryouts with the way they're positioning both members down in the hell area of A, waiting for the push. And now with the bolts coming out from the Sova, they're going in aggressively. The main grenade from
Oh my god!
Stop the massacre. But Tryouts, they stacked A and they massacred Noble.
Forget about the stack itself, like
Switching
Noble,
sides.
like that read was so beautiful coming out from the side of Tryouts. One staying on Heaven side and one staying in Underhell. They used the utility of the Sova to absolute perfection. Recon ball coming out from Whip and all of the information being conveyed to them by their teammates allowed them to take a lot of these fast pushes coming out from them, and then immediately through the smoke they were able to get one kill after the next, one with the headshot. What do you do when you get peeked from two sides? One is in heaven, one is in hell, and the hell guy's changing position. He's sometimes going left, he's sometimes going right, he's doing the cha-cha-cha dance all over the place. And there is nothing that Noble Esports could have done. They need to try and establish more map control. I need to see that coming out from the side of Noble Esports if they have any hope of winning this round. But this is going to be the defensive round for the side of Noble Esports, so the round switch is going to be coming out for their end. So let us see what Tryouts are going to be bringing down to the table. And again, there is no map control being established for the side of Tryouts, but it's going to be another bloodbath coming out. It's going to be Ghost answering back on the side, but Eka, he's way too quick. He's going to get the trade off. 2-4-1 trade is going to be coming out for the side of Noble Esports. They're going to have that advantage, and they're going to be running off immediately. And them having the man advantage, they want to try and push it as much as they can. Tryouts, they're on 7-5 though. 3 versus 4 is the scenario, ladies and gentlemen. So let us see what they're going to be bringing down to the table. A push is going to be coming through from that A-short side, and Shark, he's going to be none the wiser. He could have just caught out. And yes, he does. It's going to be Sami getting the takeoff on the Shark game. But Vexy, he's able to get some revenge, being able to take one on the Heka, leaving Tryouts in a 2 versus 3 scenario. Against really dangerous players from the side of Noble. They have so much utility. They have so much potential ways of getting down into the side. But the spam coming out from the side of Short is going to be more than enough to take control. Taking Vexy down to literally 10 HP. If he's not able to get this headshot and get a heal, it's probably going to be all over for the side of Tryouts.
One enemy
This
remaining.
situation as he will find the first kill, but Hush able to return it back. 2v1 for Tryouts. Just Vexy left. He can get one kill. He'll be able to get the kill. He's waiting in the shadows. For Blackhawk pushing in, will be able to find the shot onto him and secure the round for Noble Esports. Noble Esports, they went for the 3-man aggressive push down A-short, and it really did end up paying off for them, surprising Tryouts and getting the trades in their favor. Noble Esports now able to win this pistol round and secure advantage round going into the next round. We'll have to see if Tryouts end up going for some sort of creative play, and we'll take a quick look at the scorecards, because I think for Tryouts, we're looking at 4 buys coming out. Tryouts going for the switch up in the strategy, going for the extremely risky gamble. This is either gonna make the round for them, make the second half for them, or completely destroy their economy. We'll have to see if they can surprise Noble Esports.
They did get a lot of kills coming out on the that round, so I do expect the force buy. Force buying on rounds when you have at least a bare minimum of 3 kills on the previous round will allow you to like maintain some economy so that you're gonna be able to buy a tiny little bit and be still able to work with in the next round. But it's gonna be going in for the dash in. Didn't really expect the recon bolt to be there. Does get caught out by the side of Hirsch. Going in with the spam with the help of Sami coming in from his side as well. Hirsch and Sami holding down these angles as hard as they possibly can, but they need to check their corners probably because on both sides they're probably gonna get pincered. They're not gonna be checking the left side corner. It's gonna be Hirsch going in for the flick shot. He's gonna be able to find one onto Ezzy, but the flicks and peaks are way too fast coming out from the side of Wave. The side, he comes in from the back and he is able to find two immediately. Sharking tries to go in for some of his own plays, but it's not gonna be enough. And Blackhawk and Sai, they're able to get those kills off the board, and a 7-7 scoreline has been established for the side of Noble Esports. And as you stated before, CA, Tryouts' economy, they're gonna be absolutely demolished.
I mean, the economy for Tryouts is going to be hurting extremely significantly now, and for Noble Esports, it's a chance to take the lead in this matchup for the second time, given the fact that Tryouts, like, they're on the attacking side. I really do feel like any disadvantage will just cascade in Noble's favor and just be able to sort of hold, snowball their advantage severely. So Tryouts, they need to try to do as much damage as they can to Noble in this eco round for themselves. Now Noble, they're going to play it extremely defensively. No longer are they going for the aggressive peaks, knowing that Tryouts very capable of matching their aggressive peaks, and they don't want to make any sort of mistakes, don't want to get any sort of trades. But Sai and Hika, the duelist duo, always together, always taking control. Now will be able to take control of B short, and Sai will be able to find the long range kill onto Vexy, who was that catwalk. Now 7-7, one-man advantage for Noble. Blackhawk will find another, and this looks like a comfortable buy round for Noble Esports coming out. Tryouts not able to get any damage done. They just need to get a gun or two off.
They're trying to do as much as they can right now, but the side of Noble Esports, they're not really giving them anything to work with. Sam getting the first kill up on the side as well, and Sami coming in with a spray down to clean off the last remaining member. Gets a Reaver revolver to his name as well, just to showcase how much of an edgelord he actually is, with the Skinergy coming out from his side. They're going to be able to find it all, and ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be another round on the board for the side of Noble Esports, but at the same time, you have to think about something else. This is going to be the buy round for the side of Tryouts, so this is where the crunch time really begins. 7-8 is the scoreline, but could be an 8-8 real soon.
Now, for Tryouts, this round is monumentally important because this round is their buy round. They need to make sure they're able to pull back in this round. Otherwise, Noble is going to snowball their economic advantage to a stage where it's almost impossible to pull back. Now for Noble Esports, they went for the aggressive push down A short, but they did not find anyone, and that reveals the information that all the Tryouts down at B. Now Tryouts going for the fast B side execute, but Hirsch holding down the off angle, finds one. Is he able to return it back for Sami and Blackhawk right there? Back up, will find two more. 4v1 for Noble already. That was a quick round.
That was way too goddamn quick. Noble Esports, they're closing it down in such a fast fashion. Tryouts, they need to go into another eco round once again, and Noble Esports, Sai, he has the operator in his hand, and you know how dangerous he can be when he does have that operator. There is no way in hell that Sai is going to be getting, like, letting off any steam for the side of Tryouts, and they need to try and break into this operator. They do have the flash available for their side, but Sai, even when he does get flash, he does have that game sense. He does have his timing. He does have the perfect timing straight in his head to go in for a lot of these plays. It's going to be a fast beat coming out from the side of Ghost, but didn't really have his gun ready at that time to go and get that kill. It is going to be Sami, though, sitting up on that off angle, waiting to see what he can find. Sami does have the dark cover in his hand. See what he can do. Hopes to go for the play, but Sai, he gets that first pick off on a whim with an extremely fast execution. Sai gets the second. Sai gets the third. Sai is massive, but Colt, he's coming in massive as well from inside. Sharky being able to get that kill on Blackhawk. He's way too quick on that refrag. He's going to be able to find it all, and he's going to be able to save the operator as well. And another round on the board for the side of Noble Esports. 10-7 is the scoreline. The Reaver Vandal, very beautiful and very deadly in the hands of Sai, it seems. Him getting those 3 kills open up so much, and Noble Esports, they're gonna be riding in that momentum.
This
is why you cannot afford to give up an economic advantage to, especially a team like Noble Esports when they're on the defense, because it really just sets up for this stable operator pickup. And when a player like Sai has the operator, off goes every single attacking opportunity. He's able to deny one angle altogether and get a triple kill. Sai phenomenal with the operator, forcing Tryouts into an eco round and getting Noble to that double-digit mark. Noble looking to not just close off this map, but close off this entire series for themselves. Now, the door will get closed in this side as Noble. They look to just hold on strong, but Ghost with that blade storm able to take down Hush on top of the Cypher cage. Sai on the other side though will take down Shark game, and the spike is towards B. So this A control not achieving much for Tryouts. Sami holding it down from A Garden will find one on Lexi, and that's 4v3 for Noble. Now Ghost will catch out Black Hawk, who's looking for that recon drone. Ghost will find the headshot onto Hika. That was absolutely insane. Ghost looking for more, but Sai's right here with his Blaze Storm. If Tryouts can pull out a thrifty round, that would set up their comeback.
One enemy remaining.
They need to try and get this away. This is their ego route for their side. It's just going to be leaving Sai in a 1 versus 3 situation. But Sai, he does have his knives available. He does have his cloud burst. He has a lot of things to work and he's going to be making so much noise. It seems as though Tryouts, they don't know exactly where he is. But Ezzy, he does those jiggles. He does those cha-cha-cha moves and he's going to be able to dodge out the knives coming out from the side of Sai. He's able to get out of it unscathed, and one more round on the board for the side of Tryouts, and the momentum shift has already started. 8 and 10 on the scoreline, and Tryouts, they are going to be coming in hard, and they're going to be coming in fast to go up against the side of Noble.
I mean, this is the reason we saw a 34-round map one for between both of these teams. When you think one of these teams is out and done and dusted, they are able to find a way to pull it back. Tryouts with that thrifty round coming in on the back of Ghost Blade Storm plays just being absolutely insane. We'll take a quick look at the scorecard as we have a small break. See the scorelines for both the teams. You see Izzy with 22 kills to his name, leading the charts for Tryouts, leading the comeback. Izzy performing absolutely insane. For the side of Noble, it's Sai and Sami with 16 kills each leading the charts. I'm looking towards Hika to really explode because I feel like we haven't seen the Hika that we saw yesterday. The Hika that is able to just single-handedly take over a map. And if that Hika is able to come online, then I feel like it will just be the X factor that Noble needs to completely dominate Tryouts. But for Tryouts, it's all about that team play. It's all about being, when you're on the attacking side, using your creativity to continuously push Noble Esports onto a pressurized situation where you're able to then exploit the mistakes they make. Now Sai, he's going for an aggressive peek down through mid cubby on catwalk, and that's exactly where Tryouts are looking for their own. Vexy, he's looking for the jump jiggle to find his own peak. Sai will miss his first shot. Sai will end up getting taken down by Vimp. And down goes the operator, and that's a man advantage for Tryouts. They're looking to use it to push into it.
Looking to push it as fast as possible, but Sami, he is able to get back out, but with only 20 HP to his name. He's not going to be looking healthy whatsoever, but Blackhawk, he finds 2 kills from his side as well. One with the bullets, one with the Hunter's Fury, and they're going to be rushing down into this B side, rushing down into this A side, ladies and gentlemen. Forcing Noble into a retake situation, going into a 4 versus 3, making it a 4 versus 2, sorry, but making a flip, never mind, making a 4 versus 1, and the last remaining member, BSE, Blackhawk, he comes in massive with the 4 kills, 1 with the bullet headshot, 1 with the Hunter's Fury, and the last 2 with clean, pristine aim. Noble Esports taking it to 11 and 8, and Blackhawk, he's gonna be feeding it, 14 kills on the board, 2 of the top fragger being Sami.
I mean, the way Noble Esports able to aggressively just sort of take control despite Sai going down early with the operator shows the caliber of this entire team. And Blackhawk especially, hands down, I have to give him props for, even though he's a substitute for Noble, he was previously a substitute for GE, he shows his versatility, being able to play perfectly on many different types of agents. Down with the 4K in that round, Blackhawk helps Noble secure the 11th round for themselves. Noble now looking for the end of this match. Now the Hunter's Fury will come out for Tryouts as they look to use it to pressurize an A-side execute, and Tryouts, they will be able to take side control. Ghost, he's already pushed onto the Raptors area and he's looking to use the pressure as he is getting the spike planted. Now Ghost will be revealed by the recon drone, and for him, he just has to step back. They have to adopt the post-line positions and wait for Noble Esports to come. This is 5v5 for both teams. Noble Esports on the retake.
Esports, they have that potential on their side. They have opted to go in for a retake scenario. Instead, but Vexy, that was a disgusting spray transfer, but Sai, he was able to clean him up at the very last second at the bare minimum, but still, forcing it down onto a 4 versus 3 situation is going to be for the side of Noble Esports. And they're doing the smart play. They're actually going in for the save instead because they don't want to lose this operator. Their money is in such a bad shape that if they lose this round and this operator, it's going to be all over. They're looking for the exit frag. It's going to be Blackhawk though being able to answer one onto Ezzy, and he's just going to be backing off. He wants to save that shield as much as possible. Probably going to be finding the second contact. He goes in for the spray, but Wim, he's way too quick for him, does the spray control, and he does get taken out. And ladies and gentlemen, another round on the board for the side of Tryouts. They're going to be going back and forth, and this could be just the deja vu map once again. 9 and 11, probably going to an 11 and 11. Then suddenly we're back at a 20 and something. Who knows?
I mean, you never know because the rounds keep going back to back. But right now, it's Noble Esports able to maintain a 2-round lead. So we'll have to see if Tryouts are able to find the consistency that they showed in the previous round. What worked for them is fast side executes, and they're looking to do that once again. But this time, Noble Esports with a 3-man stack onto A, expecting the same. Now, Tryouts, they're playing it very slow. They're not running, they're just walking. And you can see for their team, Wimp with the recon bolt ready. As soon as it comes out, so does the Lear. And in goes Tryouts into A, looking to take A-side control. Noble Esports, they're willing to just give it up and play for the retake. And we'll see if that retake able to hold strong, because in the last round, it was not. Now Ghost taking control of the garden area is able to take down Blackhawk. Sami is able to answer back with a kill though. And that's 4v4 for either team. Now with the spy camera still active, that's a ton of information going for Noble Esports, and it's going to be up to them to use that information with the help of the spy camera to pull off this 4v4 retake. Extremely important round for either team. Let's see who comes out on top.
It's going to be a really difficult round indeed, but Sami chimes in with his own headshot. He's going to be able to find 2. Eka though finds one on the shark game as well. It's going to be leaving easy on the back end of Hell. He does find one on the Urge, but still the bullets are going to be raining in as he gets that flick headshot on the Eka, but it's not going to help because there's 2 more members waiting for you just to get that trade kill off immediately. It is going to be Sai, it is going to be Sami. They're going to be able to clean it all up. And
Match
Noble
point.
Esports, they're on match point. 12 and 9 is the scoreline once again. Ladies and gentlemen, deja vu indeed. Tryouts, will they be able to go the distance like Noble Esports did on that last round? Or are we going to be closing out this second map on a 9 and 13? And Noble Esports going forward and Tryouts going back home to lick their wounds this time around. And Noble, they're gonna be having their revenge story. They already took that first map, and now they're hungry to take this second.
Match point for Noble Esports, and while both the teams are really close, you can see the difference in Noble Esports being the fact that this is their map of choice. This is where they feel at their most comfortable, and Noble Esports able to use that to their advantage to now secure a 3-point round match point. They have 3 rounds to be able to secure not just the entire map for themselves, but the series in general, make their way to the lower bracket finals, and set the date which slay them with the respect. Now, Noble Esports, they have 3 ultimates to their name, and they can use that and try to play for the retake. Sami is going to find the first kill onto Shark Game, headshot, and Ghost will find a return kill onto Hush. But Dika and Sami holding it down on A will find 2 more. Ezzy with the return, and Vexy will make it 2v2 on the map though. It's going to be up to Vexy to be able to pull it off. It's just Ezzy last man standing because Vexy gets taken down. And this is Ezzy on the 1v2. Ezzy will find one onto Blackhawk. Ezzy looking for one more, and Sai is on the other side of the map. So Ezzy should be able to get this plant off. Ezzy in a 1v1 situation against Sai. Both tough fraggers for either team. Let's see if Sai is able to finish off this map for Noble.
Sai, he does pull out the knives, going in a 1v1 situation, uses the off trap, and it's gonna be Ezzy trying to go in for the spray. It does not connect, and Sai, his daggers rain true. Some casual toxicity happening from the side of Sai. He's feeling it after that match. He's paying the respect to Tryout, saying that you forced us into an 18 and 16. We take you down with respect. And Noble Esports, after a long, grueling set of matches, they are going to be moving forward into the lower bracket finals. And Tryouts, that was so beautifully well played. Your team deserves every bit of praise and every bit of recognition. You as a team have exceeded expectations beyond anything that we ever expected coming out from you. And well played indeed.
I mean, let's not forget that this is the first ever series that we've got to see tryouts, and the fact that they've made their way into the top six of the tournament speaks monuments about them. Tryouts, you deserve to take a bow because you're absolutely phenomenal. Even in this map, it's Ezzy, he's picking up the MVP. But Noble Esports, they took a break in Series 3. They made that transfer with Sami coming in to build a synergy within their team. And even though the org and the team will be parting ways, you can see that the team itself, they're a team that is to be scared of. They're a team that never gives up and has an attitude that will constantly be able to surprise the other team and find the creativity when you need it. Noble Esports, they're the ones who will move on to the lower bracket finals and set a date against Slay Them with Respect. And I know that's going to be an exciting matchup as well. For now, though, that was the series against, that was the last series of the lower bracket semifinals. And this series, especially, was one of the most intense series that we've ever had the pleasure of casting. So I give the kudos to both of these teams, and I'm excited to see tryouts back in Series 5. On that note, make sure you check the links in the description below. Series 5 registration now open. Make sure you find your way there because Series 5 will be the last of the Challenger series. Your last chance to take a shot at that 2 lakh prize pool and make a name for yourself on this bigger stage. I'm sure we'll see tryouts there, and I'm hoping that we get to see them make it even further. For Novel Esports, though, the journey is not done, and we'll see if they can make their way towards the grand finals. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. With the end of today's stream, we're moving into finals weekends, y'all. Tomorrow is going to be the upper bracket finals and the lower bracket finals. And then Sunday, we're going to have the grand finals coming in. So make sure you have the notifications bell on so you can get the updates for all of those coming out. Also, make sure you follow our social media to get all the updates to the scheduling as done for every single match. So you're able to constantly make it on time. Make sure you also check out the amazing deals that we have for you. But for now, that's going to be all for the matchup between Noble Esports and Tryouts. Noble Esports will be moving forward. We'll see you tomorrow with the LG Ultra Gear TEC Challenger Series 4 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't